Previously in the GodBreaking, our group of adventurers, having concluded their journey through hell, having ended the Crimson Dance and supported their ally, Mistress Ambrosia, you guys accomplished your or attained your end of the deal, her end of the contract. You resurrected Adis from his death, and with the help of Pepin, who found himself strangely able to attune to one of the Stygian masks, the one specifically from the fallen Torn Morrow. You were able to bring Adis back to life, what was seemingly an impossibility in hell. And Adis, your bond with Zogdras, the demon, or the devil, was broken. And as angered as he was, he found himself powerless in that moment to stop you. And Mistress Ambrosia granted you passage back to the material plane. Flying there across the bridge of light and color, back across through the stars, the path of the stars, you guys arrived back in Dolric's descent, the tomb of Dolric the Dragonmancer. There you fought one of his minions, Hybraxia, the petrified dragon. Upon defeating her, you struck a deal with Dolric. A deal that aligned your goals with his. Your promise to find Bafinzor and to free him from his state of restlessness by accomplishing that which he could not. He allowed you into his inner sanctum and gave you access to his greatest work, the product of one of the greatest arcane users in the history of the world. You found the scroll of Dolric. After a lot of work and collaboration from your party, Adis, you were able to read the scroll. And you gained access to your legacy item, which I'll link it in chat just so everyone can remember what it was. You guys then coaxed the name or the identity of Bafinzor from Dolric himself, and realized that Bafinzor was actually a character that you all had encountered multiple times in your journeys through Tandesh. You were instantly reminded of the enigmatic, the likable, enigmatic, and eccentric dwarf, Biffin the dwarf, is what his name was. So you guys instantly teleported out from there to the city of Mistral, to the nation of Mistrala, and found yourself at the foot of the Silver Spire. Only now realizing that this world that you're in now is Tandesh 2 years later from what you remember. Your time traveling through the plains and journeying through the depths of hell moved you along the pace of chronology at a different rate than the material world. So you are now in Tandesh 2 years later. So that's where you are. You talked to a Minotaur, and he told you that Seer Kotinin has been killed, was slain. The Silver Spire is broken, a large chunk of it, looking something like that chunk there, is tattered and broken, smeared with black and like as if scorched by flame or energy or something like that. Large portions of it have been collapsed. The brilliant glow from its pinnacle is dull and almost lifeless, just a faint spark remaining. Down at the foot of the spire, the city that once thrived there is now more refugee camp than city, with obvious traces of obvious evidence of a military camp. You see armed minotaurs and war mages at the ready at every turn. Up in the sky, you see flying sentinels and people and individuals keeping watch. Much of the defenses, you oddly note, are aimed towards the sky. And that's where we left off last week.
By the way, did somebody tell Feldorn about Biffin? Because I think he would appreciate it.
Oh,
No,
actually,
I'll tell him
we
tomorrow.
didn't.
I'm telling him first thing tomorrow, actually, during the game.
Actually, also,
Did you ever meet Biffin, Renly?
No.
Remember?
No.
But Feldorn definitely met Biffin, so he'll appreciate that.
You guys all did, right?
Yeah.
Killdrack would have, Deimos and Elwyn, right? You guys did?
yeah, that guy's
Yeah.
straight ass.
I don't know if
Straight ass
Albrecht ever did. I don't think Albrecht did, but
No,
Killdrack did.
Killdrack would have.
No.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Killdrack definitely
Yeah.
did.
So, Renly and Ada's, Albrecht's first character was also a dwarf. His name was Killdrack. But he screwed up the multi-classing so bad that he was pretty gimped, so he decided he wanted to change characters. And also he made up a role-playing excuse.
Awesome.
It was a very great role-playing excuse, if I do say so myself.
He was really good for one round.
Pretty much. Yep.
Alright, what are you guys doing? You're in Mistrala.
Well, we want to see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go to
Where wasn't one of the Minotaurs guiding us to Telephos?
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted?
yes.
I thought that's what we were doing. That's how it ended last week.
Okay, so we'll say...
Hey Midas,
Yo.
what is the time differential between the hells and the material plane?
What do you mean?
Well, because they came in to hell, right? And for
Mhm.
them, not very much time passed, but 2 years passed in the material plane for them.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering how much time in the material plane has passed for me.
It's not
since
a
I
one
was
for
in
one.
hell.
It's more the transition between the planes. Time passes. So your 200 years in hell was 200 years on Earth, but it's more the process of transitioning between the planes that
It takes the
messes-
time. Oh, gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
messes with the dilate.
I wanted to know how much the world had changed for me.
Mhm.
That's what I was getting at. Okay, cool.
It's roughly 200 years later for you.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we'll say so the Minotaur that is addressing you says, "Come right, come this way. I must take you to my commander." So he rushes you off. He recognizes you. He had you guys being with the exception of Adis, you guys are well known in the Silver Spire and had not been seen there for over 2 years. He brings you to a familiar looking Minotaur. A powerfully built Minotaur with a keen look in his eyes. He's a little bit leaner from the last time you saw him. His face, the skin on his face, clinging more tightly to the bone structure underneath. But he doesn't look any less alert or intense. If anything, he's grown in intensity. This is Ferdinand. Ferdinand the sorcerer bull.
Shit, I thought I was third man, the magic cow.
Ferdinand the bull, he's also a sorcerer. Alright?
Not a cop out in any way, shape, or form.
What? He's always been named Ferdinand.
Well, you know, there's a book called Ferdinand the Bull.
Yeah, that's
right?
right. That's why it's one of my kids' favorite books.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway.
that's what I was saying.
Homage.
Yeah.
And he got way more badass.
He is so cool.
All right. He turns to you all. He's about a half a head taller than the other Minotaur that you're looking at, and he looks at you, you guys, and it takes just a split second for recognition to cross his face, but his demeanor doesn't change, and you gather that this guy is pretty unwavering when it comes to his emotions. He says, "Finally decided to make another appearance, I see. Well, it's about time. Do you plan to aid in the mess you helped create?"
I don't think we created it. I think that was the devils and the demons.
"I beg to differ.
Oh shit.
It was you that unleashed this blight on our world. It is you that has seen to the destruction of civilizations and nations all across this hemisphere. He says, if you ask me, your poor choices are the reason why half of Mistrala lays dead and rotting, and the rest of us barely cling to survival.
I think you mean to say that our choices are the reason why half of Mistral is still standing.
Yes, what he said.
Well, I don't know. Before we had marked ones and red fucking lizards running across the land. Now we have fucking dragons raging across the skies. You tell me what's worse.
So I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say marked ones are worse. But there's probably more dragons than there are marked ones. Am I right?
He snorts.
I'm gonna go 50-50 on this one, okay? We'll call it a tie. Everybody wins here, and I hold up my hand to shake it.
He says, you've seen these dragons, I know that. Saw you fucking riding them back in the Battle of Ospium when Inkamel fell. He says, you know their power.
Wait, it's those dragons or smaller dragons?
No,
Points
it's
up to-
those.
He points
dude,
up to the spire. He points up to the spire. He says, what kind of beast do you think could have done that?
Oh, shit.
This tower is over 10,000 years old and has not seen a scratch. But in one swoop, the skies darken, lightning crashes, and mages fall from the sky. The tower crumbles.
Well, I mean, if you were at that battle, you would have saw that the dragons got, like, totally hooked up by its bad stuff.
Yeah. So, you see this happening. We were pulled into hell and had to fight our way out, and we're gone for just a few years. And you let this happen, and we're the dumb ones. We're the stupid ones that made bad decisions. This happened on your watch while we were busy. Now we're gonna have to fix your failure to protect Mistrala. Now, if you can take the stick out of your ass for just a little bit, take us to Telephos.
He's not an elf.
Midas.
Yeah.
Could I discern percentage-wise, looking at the tower? Is it like a tower, like a building, or a tower, like as in like a monument?
It's a building. It was built
Okay.
10,000 years ago.
Okay.
It's
And
massive.
you're saying
It
and there's
is like, I forget what we said. Many hundreds of feet high. It might even be a couple thousand feet.
Yeah, you said,
and there's
thousands because we couldn't dimension door up there. We had to
That's
teleport.
right. Yeah, it's thousands of feet high.
Is there? And you said there's a chunk of it that's damaged, right?
Yeah, a large chunk of it. That's like basically ripped out and torn, and like there's big piles of rubble on the ground and that kind of stuff.
Could I discern from here, like roughly how many stories of it that's been ripped out?
So, if this is 2,000 or 3,000 feet high, it's a chunk, kind of like probably like that, but it doesn't break all the way through. There's a sliver of this right column that's still up, that's still holding the thing up.
Okay.
Ferdinand looks at you, Owen, and he says, I think your station and your reputation's gone to your head. Caused you to be desperate. Caused you to bring the dragons out of hiding. That was your mistake. When they were shown, and the dragon goddess ripped them from your hands, she's taken them and has been tormenting our world ever since. That is no fault of mine. No fault of Telephos's. That's solely on your shoulders. Fucking
Right.
elf.
So we should have just let the Tarask trample everyone. Everyone would be dead. We just have another problem to deal with right now, and I'm very good at dealing with problems. And right now, my problem is you. Are you gonna move and take us to Telephos, or do I have to make you?
He's pausing. He's looking at you for a second. Are
I
you
just
trying
start
to?
flying. I just start flying up in the air toward the tower.
Yeah, I'm trying to be scary.
Um,
With a big muscular man right behind me, right,
Adis,
Deimos?
you have Adis, you have 0 effect. This tower is more ancient and way more powerful than this area is the center of magic, all magical knowledge and learning, of basically all of civilization. Um,
Okay.
its magics
So I would
are
know.
vast and
I
immense.
would
Yeah,
know
you have,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but you have no idea of how to even begin repairing this thing. The levels
Okay.
of enchantments on each of these floors are beyond
Oh,
you.
it's like a magically built structure.
It's
Okay.
magically retained. There's all sorts of power within
Oh,
it on
gotcha.
various levels and that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
there's
Yeah,
more to it than it just being a building. Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, way more.
No worries. Then I'll just stay down there with him.
Are you trying to intimidate him, Ellen?
Yeah, I'm trying to cut through the like he's just I understand he's just venting his frustrations out on us, but we need to get this moving, and we just went through hell. So yeah, I'm trying to be a little scary.
Okay. All right. He stares off at you for a moment, just looking into your eyes. And then after about 10 seconds, he backs down just a bit. He says, "Right. Well, if that's the way it is, I'll see you, Detective Grandmaster. See what he has to say about it. I doubt he'll treat you more kindly than I have. Come." He starts heading, not towards the tower, but to another structure near the tower.
All right, Deimos, get your persuasion dice ready.
I always do.
Dude, this place. Just having a little conversation with Deimos on the way. They're probably gonna blame us for all of this,
Why?
but they're gonna be either hostile towards us, and they're not gonna want to help. We know what we need to do in order to fix this. How do you want to do this? Do you want to tell them who we're looking for,
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
or do you just want to keep that to ourselves?
Oof. All right. I think we should actually have to probably keep it to ourselves-ish of the identity, but we should say that we have word of a like an over like I don't know their big boss Tonio, who would most likely be able to do some good stuff.
Yeah, I think we basically just tell him, because I think we told Telephos what we were intending to do to find Finzorn. I think we just, if he asks, we say, yeah, we know his location, and we need.
We just need access. We just need access to the what do you
And
call
we
it?
don't say we know his location. We say we know his identity. Excuse me.
So we just ask them for access to the viewing place.
Yeah, pretty much.
If that
Or-
if that goes to hell, dude,
I asked.
don't know.
We should ask before on the way to stop at the nearest best bar, and also the nearest worst bar, because there's like a 5% chance he might be there.
This guy's taking us directly to him.
No, he was talking about Biffin. Biffin might be at the nearest worst bar.
I think, and I say, I think this dude dislikes y'all enough. Probably shouldn't piss him off anymore. I say.
I mean,
laying on the
Deimos does have a
carpet.
point about the bar, though. So
Bro.
We'll do that
Talk to
after.
yeah, I think that's still an after Telephos problem.
Okay. All right. He leads you through the various streets and corridors of the remains of the city here. And as you guys are traveling, you see much ruin. They've done their best to protect buildings and or to rehabilitate buildings and make shelter for themselves. But what you gather is that they've deliberately stayed away from creating permanent structures or from allowing the structures to be permanent. I'll put it that way. The and just looking around, you see that there's more emphasis on mobility, on the ability to evacuate or to take cover or to hide in their structures and in their shacks, for lack of a better word, than in anything else. They're not really concerned with rebuilding their city. The parts that have been destroyed anyway. You recognize a couple of faces along the way. Just odd mages and acolytes that you had encountered previously. They look at you with recognition. Some talk, some look the other way as they approach. A few point at you with recognition and whisper to each other excitedly. You can tell that word of your arrival has begun to spread. As sometimes you see as you guys are walking. It takes about 10 minutes of walking, but later in the walks, people come looking just to see, like, verify with their own eyes that you guys have returned to Mistrala. All right, you guys get outside, and you're outside a larger structure. Again, kind of temporarily built, as if not much investment in the overall strength and stability of it, because it's set up to be evacuated fairly quickly and to let fall if need be. Ferdinand goes up to the door, which is a large, basically large fabric, and he pulls it to the side. He says, "You may enter. Telephos remains within."
Okay, I'll walk in.
Still, bro.
As you're walking in, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, this guy fucked up.
I'm gonna pass
As you're
that.
walking in, you guys both nimbly sidestep at the last second, sidestep out of the way as a halfling, a female halfling, comes barreling out with a very determined look, just straight out of the canvas, out of the doorway, not even looking at you guys, not even noticing that she was about to run into you guys. Just like sidestep and keep from making contact with her.
Ah! Out of the way! Out of the way! Wait.
Oh shit! If we don't move, she won't know we're here.
And you feel a whack on your knee, Tabos.
Oh, 1 second. Take that, Renly.
What is going on here? Telephos?
Telephos is not there. You just left his office or his quarters.
I look towards my former companions, and for a moment I'm just looking towards them, and you kind of see like my eyes start to get a bit wet because I'm looking past them as well into the refugee camp, and I look back at them, and they look very much the same compared to a lot of the people over here, most
got
of whom
this.
are
I start
decimated.
nimbly walking away, so she doesn't look at me.
I walk over to her and I say, it has indeed been a long time. I apologize for our absence. Help.
Deimos, you trip and fall, your ass up in the air, and you have a split in your pants.
Oh, I slapped that shit so hard.
I clench his hand in my butt. Got it.
It is good to see you looking better than ever.
Why am I still raging? This always happens.
I see
So-
you still have your rage issues, though.
Yes. Apparently I'm still raging.
Okay, so there's a bit of a surprise. This is the first time you guys have seen Renly in months. And the last time you saw her, she had taken Feldorn's body and whisked it off to the Feywild. This is after Gromosh, your second encounter with Gromosh.
We fill her in on what we had.
Oh,
and we're great.
so we recognized Renly?
Yeah, it's Renly.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was just like a generic halfling. After
Rock
slapping,
gnome!
Rock gnome, is
Oh,
that true?
sorry.
You're a gnome? Shit,
I
sorry.
heard halfling.
No, I'm short. Just think short.
So after slapping Deimos on the ass and laughing at him, I realized that that's Renly, and I just run up to her and grab her in a big Elwyn hug.
Okay, okay, yeah. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Okay, there you go. Yep. Okay, okay, good. Put me back down, damn it. You're so tall.
Okay, I put her down,
Leo.
and for some reason, Elwyn starts feeling like thrusting his hips, but then he remembers he's not Pepin anymore.
It is good to see you standing, but I wish it were better times.
What happened, really? We were just gone for a few months, and we come to learn it's been 200 years. What the fuck?
2 years. 2 years.
Two.
Oh, I thought you
Two.
said 200.
2 years.
Oh,
200
two.
years for Adis.
I'm sorry.
Adis, yeah.
2
I
years.
know math is difficult, especially with plane travel. I suffered a similar fate. I thought I would be gone but a wee bit, but Beldorn's issue was more complicated than it seemed.
Yeah, that fucker was crazy. But what happened here? What do you know?
And nothing much. I just met with comes. Let's see Teleforce again. And I turn around and I start stomping back in.
Okay. Are you guys following?
Yeah, I'll follow her.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You enter the large pavilion, and inside you see a lot of various scribes and mages at work, writing on parchments all over the place. There's a bunch of buslas, young scribes are writing, and a good dozen different people are there, combing through, referencing old manuscripts, broken manuscripts, torn manuscripts, trying to piece together knowledge, or to preserve knowledge from these libraries and these books, these parchments that were broken, trying to or torn or half burnt, trying to preserve what's knowledge is already there, and in some sense try to recreate some of the wisdom that was contained within a lot of these older books that were damaged in the attacks. Off on the other side of the room, you see a familiar face, older, a little bit weary-eyed, but still bright and full of optimism. She's there, directing a few students in their record-keeping purposes, and they're reproducing their scribing tasks. And off about another 10 feet away from her, seated at a desk, facing away from you, his mind focusing, his eyes focused on a specific object in his hands. You see you see Telephos, his back to you.
Does she have a ring? Did he put a ring on her yet?
Does Ava have a ring?
Yeah.
No, she does not.
What an idiot.
He needs to jump on that.
Yep.
I cough as y'all start debating this between y'all, and I send a stream of wind over to Teleforce, and I just inquire if he has a moment, and I wave my staff and wrap it on the floor.
As you do so, all the writing and activity in the room stops. The scribes all look at you, and they acknowledge you. One particularly young teenage boy says, "Would you like us to leave again, Mistress Renly?"
I look towards my companions, and I sort of head tilt, almost asking them a question.
Hey, you know what's going on. We don't. If it's sensitive information, get them the hell out. If not, then let's just get this done.
Mm-hmm.
So you do not have delicate information that could change the balance of the land irrevocably as we know it.
We might.
Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah,
totally
we might
do.
get him out.
We got like
Oh,
two types of good
I,
data.
did- I have this sense when y'all arrive, usually these things happen. And then I'll give a small nod and, in appreciation and thanks towards the young boy.
Yes, my lady. And he stands up, and as one, all the other scribes do so as well. They grab their scrolls, and hasty armfuls, and they begin to file out of the room, out of a side room, side entrance.
I'm gonna.
I mean,
I'm
she's
gonna.
not wrong about, hefty things usually coming when we arrive. So.
I'm gonna stop the kid that asked the question,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna hand him a scroll and let him know. It might not be much, but it might help you preserve some of the knowledge that was lost. And I'll hand him my scroll of program dilution.
Okay. He says, "Yes. Why, thank you, Master Elwyn." He says, "It's been a while, but I saw you flying in the skies, and I heard of your battles when I was younger. You're an inspiration to us all." He takes the scroll,
That's-
and he go on.
It's good to hear, and we're here to help. Okay. All right, and then I'll just turn back. I deleted the scroll from my inventory.
As they're all leaving, Ava has noticed you. She turns, and there's a smile in her eyes. You do sense a weariness. You can tell the last couple years have not been easy on her, but she's still, I guess she's 16, 19. She'd be actually 21 around now. 21, 22 years old now. It's been 5 years since you met her when she was just a young acolyte of Torm, I think it was, or Tyr,
Yeah,
the god
it was
Tyr
that
back in.
period.
It was Tyr, way back when. And you see a smile come to her face, kind of a half smile. She says, "Well, if you aren't a sight for weary eyes." She does a slight bow. She says, "Deimos Elwyn, and of course Mistress Renly, and Sir Albric, and I don't know you, back there, the one with the mask, but I am
There's devil
Ava.
with-
Greetings."
Ava,
I'm like taking a nap on the carpet.
There's devil wizard.
and
She
just
puts her hands to her mouth. She goes, "Oh, not one to speak, is he? Very well."
no, he's just excuse him. We've literally been through hell, and he aided us when we were there. Actually, his name is Adis,
Yes.
and he aided us.
I get it. You get it. All right.
You did that on
Everybody gets-
purpose, right?
Everybody gets inspiration now. Good job, everybody.
She giggles.
And
Actually, she can give you inspiration. She giggles,
Oh,
and
shit.
she's a bard. She says, "Well, perhaps," she says, "perhaps a song would soothe his tired soul." And you hear her hum a slight little melody, and as she does so, Adis, you gain inspiration.
Ooh, I wake up to the soft melody of her tune.
Ava, we thought we were gone, but just a few months. But we come to realize we've been gone for 2 years.
Yes,
Not even
yes,
months.
you
it was
have.
a couple of days, a couple of weeks.
No, because we had to travel a lot by foot, so it could have been a few months, maybe a month.
Yeah, a month top. Yeah, on the long end. And and by the way, you guys, I guess he would have landed back on your back, Deimos. Oi, oi, the short one,
check out my
the short
backpack.
one, the short one I take a hard pass on, but this one's a cutie. Hey,
Hey.
hey, lady, I'm loaded.
Oh.
I'm loaded for bear.
Yeah.
I got
He's
I'm
huge.
going to go over
got
to
the
him
heat
and
right
literally
here.
grab his mouth and hold it shut.
Oh,
Um,
hey.
when he starts into that tirade,
Uh-huh.
I am going to use my short rest action for my legacy item to increase the saving throw to 32 and polymorph him into a mouse.
Okay.
If you
No,
buy,
just let
I'm gonna
just let me
counterspell
hold
that.
his
yeah,
mouth
if you
shut,
buy a
yeah.
polymorph my sentient backpack, I will.
He's being
break-
disrespectful to the lady.
Yeah, that's why I'm
He's
holding
a
his mouth
back-
shut.
he's a
I
backpack.
want to see him beat that with his mouth.
Oh, you put your hand
Hold on.
over his mouth. I didn't catch
Hold on.
that. Sorry.
Yeah,
You're fine.
but
Yeah.
we would have told you that he's like our mascot. He likes to talk, but he's like part of the group.
So these are not corpses
Be back in
we're
just one
dragging
sec.
around. These are not dead things. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was very confused with all of this. I figured you were heading to Liam soon, but
You see this blue dragonborn barbarian, very muscular, but strapped to Deimos' back, but his arms and his legs don't function. So he's kind of like C-3PO strapped to Chewbacca's back.
He's our
Do you
quadriplegic friend.
Yeah,
do
he's
you
a
need
quad.
a medic?
He looks at you, Renly, with Alberic's hand over his mouth so he can't speak, but he gives you like a wink and he raises both eyebrows. You,
Should
Renly.
I take that as a yes? And what did you say about the short one? I did
Trying
hear
to
that
flirt
at
with you.
least. Me? And then she turns towards Ava. And then she looks back at him and she's just like, right.
Ava says,
We
Oh,
have
well,
to
this-
we have to society train him first.
"If this isn't a colorful individual,"
Very.
she says, "Mistress Ava, I see that you've been rejoined with your companions. You yourself have not been here but for a few days. What would you like to address Grandmaster Telephos over? I thought you had just spoken and settled things."
You know, they've brought some information over. I believe it's best if they catch us up together. And perhaps Delafos can let them in on a few things as well.
I see.
Yep.
I see.
I believe
Well-
the fates are aligning. Perhaps you
I-
were meant to return at this
Well-
point.
He will not be happy, but I will awaken the master from his concentration. He meditates
Whoa,
much these days.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, wake him.
I'll nod and express my thanks.
Okay. You guys look as she crosses the room slightly, and she goes over to the figure that's turned away from you. So Adis, you're the only one who doesn't know who this guy is. Do you guys want to give him a quick rundown, a
Oh, yeah.
10-second version? Wow.
Black Bolt,
He'll destroy you.
Graybeards.
Yeah.
He's essentially a
Shit.
very
I'll be back.
powerful bard who was, rose to the ranks of the college, and his voice can destroy you. So he's the Black Bolt / the Graybeards.
He's
And,
also
and
the
he's
leader of
basically
the
the guy
flag.
who has led the war effort in Mistrala and was one of the first people fighting against what's his name? Against
So
Asmodeus.
he's got a tongue that shatters mountains.
Yeah. He's like as
Yeah.
strong as like 2 or 3 barons put together. Probably. If not stronger.
So why are they losing?
Those dragons are way stronger than all those
Yeah.
barons.
Oh really?
One of them would
Oh,
just
I don't
destroy
know.
all.
I don't know about the dragons that they're fighting.
Oh yeah, we fight a mountain.
Literal mountain,
Yeah,
about
we
as
can-
big as Everest.
We've been on pretty much easy mode for the past little while.
So these
Back
guys
to
make a Tarrasque
getting wrecked.
Kiki.
And I'm back just in
Oh.
time. Huzzah!
Oh no! We
No.
needed 5 of those to beat the Trask.
Yeah. So remember, this is Midas's world, so everything is inflated.
Yeah, we
No,
don't
no,
have-
no, no. I'm saying
AKA,
no.
You can't
yes,
say
these
Tarrasque.
5
No,
dragons
no.
could beat a normal Tarrasque,
No, I'm
but
saying
in Midas's world,
I'm saying the
we
dragon.
needed 5 of them.
No, I'm saying the dragon makes a normal Tarrasque look easy.
No.
Yes.
Oh yeah, normal Trask is the minions for big Trasks,
Nice.
Yes.
and there's tons of them.
Okay. So you guys remember what Telephos was like before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat.
Let's see. Okay, that's Telephos back then. The figure in your before you, as Ava goes over and whispers in his ear, slowly his head rises from his meditation, and he stands and silently and wordlessly turns to face you.
Oh no, bro. Why'd you get cool photoshopped?
He makes a small gesture with his hand, and Ava says, Master Telephos asks what you have come to speak with him about.
All right. So we just got back from
I
hell.
so I wanted to tell him that we have learned the identity of the one they call the Finzor that can bring a stop to all the problems with the dragons. We just need use of your viewing tower to be able to find him.
Telephos pauses for a second. His face hardened, and these red scars glowing across his visage. His whole body looks darker. His gestures are. His right hand is as normal. His left arm is it hangs loosely at his side as if it's injured. It's like he's favoring it. His eyes are sharp, but he's definitely like thinner and darker than when you saw him last. He tilts his head slightly, and he waves his right hand again in a vague motion. And Ava says, "You speak of another dragon, one who can put an end to the terror that befalls us?"
Yep.
Yes, if you remember what we set out to do those years ago, that was our original task.
If you, and she's speaking for Telephos again, if you have indeed found knowledge of this creature, then perhaps our plight may turn to hope. Perhaps there is a chance for us yet.
Yep.
Telephos waves his hand a little bit more, and gestures at you. He says, "Master Telephos, it's sad to inform you that the observation deck was destroyed utterly in the Storm Dragon's attack."
Do we have a backup thing that could maybe work somehow in some way? I'm sure you have something to keep track of some of these dragons.
She looks at Telephos. Telephos nods at her slightly and says, "We have some understanding of where they are, but you must know, our abilities here were greatly damaged. We've lost use of pretty much the entire spire, all of our resources, many of our greatest magicians and greatest minds. Mistress Van Lisa herself consumed in the lightning from this dragon's surprise descent from the heavens. We were caught completely powerless. Much of our resources have been lost. And what you see here is our attempts to piece together what knowledge we do have remaining. She says, I'm sorry, but we do have means, but nothing great, nothing too extraordinary. Have you tried to scry?
We're thinking about it.
That was my next question: is if you could loan us some of your most powerful divination mages for a couple of minutes, for 10 minutes, so we could scry.
She says, "Well, the master and I can easily aid you in that." Telephos nods, and you can see his staff begin to glow. And he raises his hand, a single finger to his lips, and the briefest, the slightest whisper escapes his mouth, and the whole room goes dark, and a rush of breeze whips through the tent, and the dirt on the ground swirls and rises up slightly in a conal shape, and in the center you see a crystal clear platform kind of emerge as he begins to form the basis of a scrying spell. She says to you,
Okay,
"Speak
real quick.
speak the name that you wish to seek."
I'm
Okay.
just gonna roll an insight check real quick just to see if I get a funny feeling. Just because I don't, I'm a little hesitant about giving to the name, but we'll see.
And I also have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
One, is everything in this room legit? As far as there's no illusions. And two, are either of them wearing any holy symbols?
Um,
That are
there
visible.
are. You see a lot of magic items around the room and spells and that kind of thing. No, like there might be one object in the corner of the room that has double they call it parallel forms. One form existing in this form, and it's a different thing in the ethereal realm. But that's just its nature as a magical item.
But I don't see any
Um,
illusions.
No, you don't see any illusions
Okay.
or falsehoods here. And Telephos is truly, yeah, what we see is accurate. He's been greatly battle worn. The Ava does wear a holy symbol around one of her wrists, like a small bracelet, but that's about it.
Do I know which god it pertains to?
Tyr, the god Tyr,
Okay.
the dead god Tyr.
And he's the god of what again? I forget. As a player.
Was it justice?
Justice.
Justice.
Yeah. Let me think if I. Tyr is justice. Tempest is war. Torm is. Oh, I should know this. I ran a paladin.
Courage and mercy.
Torm is
what it
courage.
says.
Yeah.
Okay. That was all.
Okay, it would be Torm then, because that was her god. Torm.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Okay.
I will softly but clearly state the name Biffin. Seems a little awkward to say, but yeah, Biffin.
As he goes to
Okay.
say it,
This
I'll interrupt him and say you have to use his true name.
No,
is
we
his-
know his true name doesn't work.
yeah.
I thought you
Oh.
had to. I thought because I have scrying, but I thought for scrying you actually had to use their actual name.
Yeah, it's whatever name they're going by.
Oh, it's what name they're going by. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. So it's Biffin.
No, my player mistake there. I thought it was.
Oh
them
no,
would be
actually, I
their
think
actual
it is.
name.
Depends, but yeah, no, we couldn't scry
Well,
before.
we also
That's why
know
we had to do our
the
thing.
magic of this guy is so powerful that even when using his real name, Baffinzor, on the most powerful scrying device in the entire world, it wouldn't work. So we're looking for Biffin the dwarf.
Gotcha.
As you speak the name, you hear Ava just giggle slightly. She's such an odd name. And
I know, right?
She pauses for a second. She says, "Wait a second. Do you mean Biffin the?" And as she's saying that, the swirl just like lights up and just spirals, and you see Telephos, his eyes close in concentration as he reaches out. A few tense seconds go by, and you see the scrying disc that he's created in the center of the room. The images begin to shake and to shift, and as it's roaming over the plains of Tandesh, you catch glimpses of burnt out husks of villages and towns and mountain ranges and that kind of stuff. And there's various things that you see just as they flit by, and as his eyes close, his brow furrows, and suddenly the disc just snaps and cracks in two as a large break appears in the center of it, and the whole thing just begins to crack and crumble as the spell collapses on itself, and it falls down to the ground like and you hear the crash of glass as it shatters on the ground.
Good thing we didn't try that on the observation deck.
Telephos opens his eyes again, and he looks at Ava, and Ava says, "This is odd. The creature that's She says, this has never happened before. The creature exists. Biffin is alive, but he cannot be seen. He cannot be scryed upon. There is something grand and ancient withholding us from seeing him.
I think I know how to get him. Does
Jesus.
anyone have?
But before this happened, you had a tone of tone of familiarity with him. How do you know? Does she know Biffin then?
Yes, we were both in Amberbrook. Remember? 5 years ago. She was an acolyte in the
Yeah, this was-
the Temple of Torm. This is before any of you guys were here except Deimos. She was an acolyte. She was 16 years old in the Temple of Torm. Biffin had a bar, basically a tavern, in the same town.
Oh,
So
shit.
you're not speaking of Biffin the dwarf, the tavern keeper and drunken bartender, are you?
Yup.
Surely
we
you're
are.
joking.
Nope.
But
No.
Biffin is just a drunkard. He's a
Yeah. Freaking awesome.
Have you ever noticed how
He's
he
the
seems?
crude
Well, you
dwarf.
haven't noticed, but he shows up at the most mysterious of times.
just such an odd world we live in.
Perhaps it is a stupid question, but have you checked the bars you have seen him at before?
She says,
No.
There are no bars in Mistrala yet. No,
I
we've
mean,
become a ref...
the ones that you had seen him back in a few years ago. Perhaps he stopped by again.
I was thinking, what if we Brinley's on the right track? I think. What
Pub
we?
crawl.
Can you scry the most dirtiest, dankest, scallywaggy-ish, where the drunkards of all drunkards could go to get drunk, where pitchers of beers are literally 20 cents on happy hour. Is there a way to scry that?
I could do that for you tomorrow.
She says, there are those everywhere in this world, if in any towns that still exist.
I want the dankest one.
She says, unless you know a name, then we cannot scry it. She says, Mistress Renly, you know that this... She pauses for a second, she looks at Telephos. She says, perhaps there is another that can help us. Mistress Renly, you know that's what you were speaking to Telephos of. Mistrala has become a refugee haven of sorts, as creatures and people from all over the land flee their homes that have been ravaged by the dragons. The destruction rages all across Tendesh and even the world. What we know is that the demoness Malcontent has loosed the dragons to sow chaos upon this world. They go about destroying any evidence of society or organized religion that they can find. Many nations and cities and villages and townships have fallen in the months past. And the world itself has changed. As one of the first things that was done were the twin dragons of flame, Zerebor and Myrex, the mated lovers, were wrenched from each other. Myrex was forced to go south to the southern hemisphere and rain fire upon the realms that exist on the other side of the world. Zerebor, heartbroken and enraged, was banished beneath the surface of the earth, and there his rage burns, and the effect of it is seen everywhere on this land as lava and volcanic eruptions burst out all over Tandesh. And of the storm dragon, you've seen his effects here. He terrorizes northern Tandesh, raining his lightning, fire, and death upon any he finds. Praktinic, his omen, is the dark thundercloud, the storm that covers the whole sky, bathing nations in darkness and white fire. He was the one who tore the Silver Spire down and destroyed many of our people. Anyway, I'm sorry, but we have become a refugee camp of sorts. Many odd creatures have come from all over the land. I believe that's where we are sending you, Mistress Renly, to see the High Cleric Liam. He had just sent us word of an individual who deserved an interview of sorts, or at least an investigation.
I nod at this point. I did hear much about everything that has been happening, and to be honest, my dear, it has been rather overwhelming, not knowing where to start or where to begin. But based on what I'm hearing now, perhaps there might be a way to nip it in the bud, so to say, and stop this from going further than it already has. But whether we thought this out is a question in and of itself. But yes, if perhaps this new individual might provide some guidance as to, or at least some opinions that might be worth hearing.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Are we still there, or is it just
You're
still
still there.
Okay. I'm sorry. I missed the whole thing. They call me at the worst time. But just hearing that conversation, sort of, there's a little light that goes off in Elwin's head. I turn to Ava and say, have you seen a man by the name of Antares about?
I have not. I'm sorry. But
What
we
about...
could investigate
I'm
for you
sorry.
if you wish.
Yes, he might be of a great help. He has great power, and he's aligned himself with us before. He might be able to be of some use. And my second question, did you guys tell her about the dwarf, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
okay.
tried to scry him, and it didn't work. Like the scry spell physically broke in front of us.
The awesome divination tool snapped.
Okay. What about very, very pretty dwarf lady named
Can't even remember her
Eloise?
name. Eloise, there you go.
Eloise?
That was a girl dwarf?
Oh.
I thought
Yeah.
that was a guy dwarf.
No, dude, she's carrying my Elwyn babies.
Oh, high five. How big's your litter?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh. Wait, what would have happened if Daniels got pregnant while he was a chick and then turned into a dude?
We will
Not
never
even a possibility.
Have any dwarven refugees been around?
I
Or are
know
they?
I knew it. He wanted me to knock him up. I knew it. He was asking me every fucking minute, every
No,
time.
no,
He
no,
said,
no,
please
no.
stick it in
I
me.
clamped
Please
his
do
mouth
me. Please
again.
touch me. Please.
I clamped his mouth again.
Okay.
This is my new magic sentient. How many sentient backpacks are there in the world?
Are the dwarves settling in one place, the surviving ones? Or are they scattered about? What's the deal with them? And why is Telephos all emo?
She says, of those questions, I have an answer for only one. She says, we know not of the dwarves. We know not of Antares. We can try to investigate. Telephos sacrificed much of himself to drive the dragon away. Just to buy moments of time for many of our people to reach safety. And the cost on him was great. The backlash of pure arcane energy that rips through him has left him in the broken state that you see him now.
Is he awake, or is he still...
Have any
Oh, he's
clerics
awake.
tried to take care of him?
I'm going to turn to him, and I'm, again, just if we need to retcon this, because I wasn't listening, I'll turn to Telephos and say, Telephos, that is something that you would do, sacrifice yourself in the benefit for the greater good. But know now that we are here, and we're here to help, and I am very sorry that we weren't here to help during these 2 years. And
Telephos.
your sacrifice will not be forgotten by me.
He looks straight. He looks at you right in the eye, Elwyn. You see a slight nod, and you hear his and the wind and the air kind of just formulate in your ears. It says, "Then save us all before we perish."
Looking him straight in the eye, I'm just going to give one sharp nod, saying yes.
I do ask if any of the clerics have tried to fix his arm or whatnot, or if he's just beyond that type of shit.
She says,
He's
the Archcleric Liam has tried on multiple occasions. The only reason that Telephos is in the shape he is now in is because of Liam.
Oh,
He was much, much worse.
I don't know if it will help. We'll see if I'm just gonna try to do some healing on him to see if another god's worth of healing powers will work. Because I think Tempest totally thinks this guy is totally okay.
Okay.
Before you do, I put up a hand on your hip.
Oh,
Perhaps you might want to talk to Liam first.
Shit,
Find out what he has done in the past, and
I'll
and
be
perhaps
right
that will
back. They're
help.
about to call me again.
oh, okay. I was just gonna try to do a high level of restoration.
Perhaps a more guided treatment. If Liam has been working at it this long.
Oh, fair enough. You're probably right. He probably can do the stuff better than I can.
So, I looked at Elwin and I said to him, "Do you think Antares? What's your reason for inquiring about Antares?"
And there's Elwin's AFK.
Wait, did we get a long
yeah,
rest?
never mind. Right, he just said that.
Well, Antares was with the other dragon. So
Yeah,
he
but we
probably
saw
trying to do
her get
something
taken
to-
as well.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think he was trying to find her find him, so because he would definitely be down to trying to get her back.
Well, yeah,
Or at least
for
sane.
sure. But the
Yeah.
problem is we don't know the location of Biffin.
Yeah.
Ava, if there is an issue with the divination, with the scrying, and if that simply will not work because of great old magic, do we have any sort of experts on that sort of subject still alive?
She says, which is the reason we suggested you go see the cleric Liam. He had just sent message to us that a being of unique heritage has arrived in the latest refugee train, and that he wished us to investigate.
Got it.
He
Well,
inclined that this creature knew much and would be of value to us if we could bring him to aid us.
I say let's go find Liam then. I look at Vork as I finally take my hand off his mouth and said, maybe this guy's actually powerful enough to heal you up.
No, he's my backpack.
You're gonna heal him eventually, right, Deimos?
Yeah. Before we take a long rest, I was gonna try.
All right.
many thanks, Viva.
I'm gonna insight
we
check
will
that.
keep you
Oh, I'm
updated.
actually curious. I was.
I start shooing everybody out of the door or the curtain.
As everybody starts to get ready to go out, I'm gonna stand and for the first time in ages step off my carpet and step toward what's the lady's name?
Ava.
Ava, with a like half bow, and I'm gonna hold out a book to her and say for your library.
She looks at it.
And
Which book is it?
The Tome of Clear Thought.
She looks at it and she shows it to Telephos and she looks at him, and she says, "Our greatest thanks. We had many of these before the incident, and none of them survived. This will be a great addition to our library."
And I do that with a bow.
She bows back, and as you guys begin to leave, you hear a shuffle, and you look back and you see Ava move to Telephos' side quickly as he loses his footing and falls, like, and as she catches him on her and wraps his arm around her shoulder. The final sight that you see before the curtain flaps close is her slowly walking him back to his desk and helping him sit back in his chair.
Not sure that one's long for this world.
I hope that, and I turn towards Damus, that Liam might be able to combine our efforts into something that might be more effective. unified rather than individually, we might be able to do something about it.
I
But
mean, knowing Midas, it's just the guy that Liam found is gonna be Biffin himself. Just saying.
You guys make your way across the encampment. Renly, you are, you have been tasked with, the social order, the rule of government and the council and all that stuff that were here before has pretty much been destroyed. And for the last almost 2 years, Telephos has been ruling this place by himself, and basically just keeping doing everything he can to just keep his people alive. As you come back, he's relieved that you can take some of the burden off of him, but the titles and the authorities and stuff have all kind of gone away. You're just a wise, old and capable and trusted individual who is wanting to help and do whatever you can.
Indeed. I'm on the certain level, I'm relieved, but at a certain other level, there's a huge sense of guilt at this point, as I look around and witness what has become of my people.
Yeah. Anyway, you lead them to what used to be the chapel, now also a broken building, but in the shadows and the coves that still exist. You do hear the hums and the singing of worship. You smell the scent of incense, nowhere near as rich and as thick as it used to be in its heyday, but there is still some worship continuing on. And as you enter, you hear a bit of a ruckus as you hear the voice of Liam the Holy, raised almost in anger, and it's not a voice that not a situation that you've encountered almost ever in the past.
Liam?
Yeah. You hear him stopping, and he turns to you. You guys are inside the remnants of his chapel, and all around there's worshippers and acolytes and stuff moving around. But you see him making his way out of a broken hallway, just storming and muttering to himself after I've just shouted at someone. He pauses and he's, Renly, you've returned. He goes,
Are you in need of help, my friend?
Pardon my demeanor. That man, that difficult, that thick-headed man in there. He's frustrating at best. He will not allow me to investigate his wounds and try to save him. He is dying at the moment, but he will not allow me to beseech Lathander and aid and heal his wounds.
Difficult individual.
Yes.
Let's take a look rather quickly, shall we? And I will start rushing in as fast as my feet can take me.
Deimos. Haha.
Yo.
It's been a long while.
Yep. What's up, bro?
Have you advanced any in the knowledge of the gods? How have you been on your prayers lately?
I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing solid squats. I've gone up a bit. I've got a solid new rep push-out squat thing. It's fantastic. Dude, my overhead roll is ridiculous.
That might bring shame upon you. Any guilty actions that you need to confess for?
I think I showed a lot of people my titties for a little bit.
Ah,
I'm a dude now. But it's cool.
I see.
They were kind of cool.
Exhibitionism and promiscuity is not a virtue in the eyes of the gods.
Perhaps
Perhaps you should visit my confessional later, and
Dude, I don't.
make yourself right.
I'm good.
I wanna just nonchalantly walk past and say nothing about a boy's mother in a sewer that you'd like to talk about, Deimos, and just keep walking.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I'm totally not having cold sweats again. Trust me about this. Holding my composure real well. Oh wait, I have a broken sentient backpack. Do you think you could do something about that?
Huh? This blue-skinned individual.
Yeah, he's my sentient
It is
backpack.
not a corpse, Liam. It is not a corpse.
He looks up to Vork. He says, "Hello, I am Cleric Liam. Do you seek medical attention? Would you like some healing? As best as we can provide." Vork looks at him and he leans over to you. Deimos, he says, "Oi, I've
Yeah.
heard what these priestly types do.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you should go to his confessional.
Nubile males.
I'll leave you in there.
Don't you leave me here with him."
Hey, I'll put you in a little boy outfit. It'll be hilarious.
I
Don't you
will
leave me here with him.
I will begin to take Deimos's backpack off of him so that way Liam can tend to this man. And
Vork starts to starts to speak angrily at you, all sorts of racial slurs and dwarven epithets, and then
as I'm doing this, I'm gonna grab his mouth again, look him dead straight in the eye, and said, "This man is going to heal you. You are going to let him do it, and once you are done, you either come find us, or you leave. In the meantime, no flirting or racial slurs to anyone that you see. And do I make myself clear as I intimidate the fuck out of him?"
A little late for that, I call out from inside.
Not very well, apparently, but
Vork looks up at you. He says, "I swear to you, if he touches me bunghole, I will go on a rampage."
The best part about it,
if he does
you
touch
won't be
your
able to feel
butthole,
it.
I will understand. I understand that, but otherwise, if this man heals you properly, you will behave yourself. Is that understood, young man?
Right.
Dude, we still got a bunch of gold to get you.
Not much better.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Here, I'm gonna give him a persuasion check to be like, dude, you should just do it. Trust me, he won't do anything bad to you at
Like
all.
Deimos, I've already taken him off your back and set him down on like a cot. So
All right. Well, he says,
I'll
"It's not like I have a fucking choice. I'm sitting
I'll
here with my legs and my arms just hanging off to the side, getting ready to be molested and all whatnot. But go ahead, you
I'm going to give
heroes.
him the
No, let's
biggest
forget that you
death stare
owe
I
me
can.
all this gold and the money. But
and just say,
Oh,
shut
right,
the fuck up.
fine.
Hey, lame. Would you mind, just this time? It'd be really cool. He's actually pretty old, so you don't probably want to molest him. So if you could just heal him, that would be
I'd
key.
start pulling Deimos by his ear and just dragging him out of it.
God damn it. Bring me back. Goddamn dwarf pulling me along by my ear.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Just lay back and think good thoughts.
All right. So you
Close
leave
your
Vork in
eyes.
the hands of Liam. All right. As you're leaving, you hear down the hallway, "Don't you touch me!" And then that's the last thing you hear as you guys walk down the hallway. Okay. There's a couple of cots back here and small cells and things that were like pretty. They were like living quarters back for the priests back then, but they've been converted towards an infirmary. And there's only one that's occupied at the moment. And inside you hear a muttering, and the door is shut. But you hear a random muttering and musing of a voice inside. You don't necessarily can't understand what he's saying, but there's a rambling going on inside there.
When I get a chance, after we're done with all this stuff, I'm gonna try to scry on one of my women, on the dwarven woman.
Okay. All right.
I'm going
guys gonna
to I'm going to open the door cautiously yet purposefully.
Okay. In the room, as the door opens, it's you see seated in the corner a small pear-shaped, not small, but like shortish, 5 foot tall, pear-shaped individual, sitting in the room with his eyes glowing purple and obviously and broken and greatly injured. His chest wheezing and lifting up and down, his arm hanging limp at his side, but his eyes are fixed on you, and his eyes are piercing in their gaze. He says, "Well, it's about the time. I've been waiting for you for many months now. Are you about to enter or not? Deimos, Elwin, I know you were in the hallway. Scarpio has been waiting for you."
guy
Who?
before even Kildrak.
Edwin looks through his notes real quick, and he doesn't have a Scorpio.
Damus, you remember him? Scorpio is the Fairmaster.
Oh
one
shit!
who-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who gave you the dreams? Who told you about that you would see dreams? He told you. Yeah, he's always been able to see truth and to guide. He's always known things that shouldn't be known. He's
Oh,
the
never
one
mind.
who
I was
spoke to you
thinking-
first.
Wait, who is this? Sorry, I just got back.
Scorpio, the prolific,
Oh,
the Fairmaster.
okay.
Was he the one
He's
that
the one
we
who
that
told
that we won the bow off of?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Ashok's bow.
Yeah, that probably I think one of the better legacy weapons that we lost. But
That shit was
Okay.
sick.
It was.
He says, "Well, are we
4
going
mile
to
range.
talk, or are we going to stand around and letting the old man die in front of you?"
I will open the
Come.
door to let Deimos and Owen in.
So
I tried to beat him through the
inside.
door.
You better. Oh, damn it, you beat me.
That old priest, he tried to heal me, as if he would know how to treat a Scorpio. Oh, the fool! Come in. I have not much time, and there's
Okay.
much you should know of this world
Okay.
and what is
Right.
happening and what is yet to come.
Okay. So you want to get healed, bro?
No, do not touch me.
Fine. I know how to do it.
You do not.
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
sorry to inform you, but you do not. You know nothing of
do.
Scorpio.
Yeah, I do.
All right, talk before you die arguing with Deimos.
He says, "You have come recently from a journey to the depths. This I have seen. You seek someone who cannot be found, someone who has lived for a very long time, seeking to not be found." He says to you, "I have seen him. I have been granted one last vision and know of his whereabouts. Do you wish to know where he is?"
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
please. Where's Biff and the dwarf?
So you do know him. Having unearthed his secrets, then perhaps this knowledge is not too much for you to bear. Yes, I, Scorpio, the last of my kind.
Because you
He
guys
leans
were
over and
gonna
starts
seal
coughing.
you.
He says, "Do not touch me.
Oh, totally not.
You will ruin everything."
Okay.
I, Scorpio, the last of my kind, will grant you the sight and the knowledge you need. He says, "You may have had questions in the past of my nature, but part of the game and part of who I am, part of my heritage, prevents me from telling too many, or releasing too many of my secrets. But now, with death at the door, there's not reason to withhold any of it all." He says, "I am Scorpio. I am one of a race that is long passed from this world. I am a jinn. And I have been granted the gift of sight. Yes. My blood holds within it the power to know, the power to change much in this world, and not in ways that your gods or your mages would be familiar with. We jinn, we access a different kind of power."
Unlimited cosmic power?
No, nothing of that sort. Yes, an old power. Not extremely powerful. Never were we a danger to the forces that be, but we have had our time. He leans over, and you see blood dripping from down his shoulder. He says, "Damn dragons! Destroyed my troop. All of my tricksters and my magicians. They were torn apart, consumed and burned away." He says, "But I lived. I persisted because I knew I had one last task to accomplish, and that I give you now."
Okay.
His eyes begin to glow. He says, "Hear the last words of Scarpio the Prolific." As his eyes flare up, it's like his body goes off into a trance. His mouth moves. His voice changes. And he says, "The one you seek is bound, trapped, beaten by the small ones that have risen up in this time of chaos. Look to the goblins. Look to Skignash." So this is Skignash.
Cool.
Wasn't that where the mountain was, if I remember correctly?
The mountain was around here.
Oh, we've never been to Skignash yet. That's awesome.
We haven't. We flew over it. And I
Yeah.
think No, we never walked through it.
This, and he continues to speak, this city is not long for this world. The dragons come in 1 week's time, and his second attack will not be as merciful as his first. The great city of Ospium has fallen. Those who led it scattered across the lands. Many seek refuge in a place unlikely. Many have gathered in the land far to the south, where a young boy prince, boy king, rules wisely.
Yeah.
The demoness, the demon queen, knows that the war in the heavens is being won, and she has begun to become aggressive across this land. The dragons ravage the world. The war will not last much longer. And with that, his eyes begin to fade and flicker away. You see his chest, raspy breathing, hesitate up and down, just very ragged on the edge of
So
life.
Before you
clinging
die,
to life.
before, if you can cling to life for just a few more moments. Wednesday's coming for the lotto. Give me 7 numbers and a Powerball.
He reaches up and
Please.
grabs your hand, Elwyn, and his eyes flare back up, and he looks directly into your eyes. He says, You, the bearer of the seal, know that your role," he looks at you all of you, he says, "is grander in this scheme than you know. The Red God awaits you. He sees all." And with that, the light in his eyes dim completely.
All right. So I'm assuming we did not have a long rest before we got here, did we?
Uh,
No.
no.
No artifact healing weapon.
Shit.
I know. I was like, oh, artifact healing weapon would probably do it, but not regular healing.
Not gonna lie, I'm really excited.
I know.
It sounds so cool.
Stupid. Get damn Midas, making us do cool stuff all the time. Asshole. But it's cool to stay up late all the time. Play the super fun game. Whatever. No big deal.
I I will admit I have been clicking on my tier 2 thing for the tree and it stopped me opening and I'm like, God damn it, can I do something? Can I do
Yes.
something? Whoa!
It's not opening.
It's not opening, so I'm like, I'm giving an NPC error
Oh,
with
sorry.
data source something.
I wonder how I here. That's the Yggdrasil. That probably you'll be able to open it now.
Awesome. Perfect. Yes, it did open.
That's one of your forms.
So, chauffeur Elwin to Zagnish it is.
Oh,
Bros,
bro.
before we go, yes, to Skignash it is, but before we go, we must warn Ava that whenever she's able to get the word out to Telephos, warn them that the dragons are coming in 1 week, and it looks like the safest place to be is in Haslin with the prince that we rescued, remember? That we're able to have him not be killed by that one dude that I made him walk across the whole country, repenting his sins.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's obviously
Oh my
on the
goodness.
list of things to do, but yeah, let's
That's
I
super
look
cool.
to Renly and kind of ask her, is there a way we can talk to Ava without interrupting the work those men are doing or Telephos?
I will nod and then I will then speak over to Ava to ask if she has a moment for we have great news.
Okay. So you're going back to Ava.
Yeah, I
Alright,
will then
you
meet
leave-
her to meet her outside.
Okay. So you guys leave the room as Scarpio the Prolific he sags down to the ground, and his again, Deimos, the little bit that you were just able to discern from him, his djinn nature, the blood that gave him such a unique sense of sight throughout all of his years on this plane, rendered him completely foreign to you in your ability to heal him, at least with ordinary divine magic.
Okay. Now, would I just could I in a respectful way, kind of search his body for an item that you kind of liked, take some of his blood and stick it on there for a possible later date to try to res him.
Are you taking some of his blood?
I'm trying to take some of his blood.
I think he turns
Okay.
into dust. Maybe I'm not sure, but
Oh, maybe I
All
don't
right,
know.
you're able to gather some of his blood. You find a vial. You have a vial somewhere in your pack, an empty vial, potion vial or something, and you take some of his blood and seal it up with it.
All right, cool.
If you don't have a vial, dude, I'll empty my lube bottle and you can use that.
Oh wait, no, I got a ton of that stuff. The blue guy had it. I don't know why he had it. It's crazy.
Being an elemental, since he was an elemental, is there any way I would know what was it just his time? Was he just starting to disintegrate, or what exactly was the issue for him?
He was the last, as he said, he's the last of his kind.
Yeah.
In this world, the Jinn are not a popular or a species, a prolific species. They had faded. Their time was on another plane many eons ago, and since then they've just been slowly dying off, due to natural causes. And the way that the Jinns
Okay.
work, their fates their lifespans are uniquely tied to fate, with each one having a purpose, a goal to fulfill, a purpose in the thread of time and of destiny. And once they accomplish that purpose, they tend to pass on. And this was Scarpio's final purpose.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He went back to the live stream.
Okay.
That is
right.
awesome. I will pat Deimos on the hip and say it was his time. It was his time.
But time to break fate. I'll bring him back.
I face palm again.
Your face is going to be red by the time you're done with this
You
campaign.
should stop doing that. You'll die from bludgeoning damage.
Shall we?
Do your fists count as magical attacks?
Might have.
Outside, Ava is waiting for you, Renly, having quickly teleported to outside the chapel.
I pass along Elvin's news as well as generally what happened inside, so she can give Telfos a full documentation of everything.
Understood. I will pass the knowledge on to the Grandmaster when he awakens.
Hey, one last thing, Ava.
Yes, yes, Master Elwin.
There's this song. It's legendary in fashion. I don't know if you heard it.
Yes?
It's from the most famous musician, Beyonce, called "Single Ladies." You
Oh
should
my
sing that to
god!
Telephos.
You should. And I tell you, after this is all over, I want to be one of your groomsmen / bridesmaid. I don't know how it works anymore. This world is super confusing.
It takes her a second, says, and then her face begins to redden slightly. She says, "Hold on a second. Are you saying that? No, Telephos and I never. Why we?
Oh yeah,
If
And I
he
hold
likes
up.
it,
I
he
hold
should
up.
put
A,
a ring. He should put a
I-
ring on it.
yeah.
I hold up a book that shows a poem that is that song.
I actually give her, as you give her that thing, I'm going to give her a book which I received from a lady. I'm like, it's called the How to Be a Woman 101.
I said you might need this.
I'll do the little single ladies dance for her, and while you sing it, do this.
And then I'll be like, pretend I'm Telephos, and I'll get behind him and I'll start smacking his butt.
She says,
Okay.
she says, I assure you, the master and I have never
Good.
even thought. He's never even thought of
Just-
me that way.
It's
Ava,
marriage.
take my
I'm
word.
gonna
Take
shoot
my word for
Deimos
it, okay?
and shoot
Oh,
Deimos and
okay.
Elwin
We're out.
away, and
We're out. Sorry.
as I want to
just-
tell
I
her
love
something
love.
about real quick.
Ava, he has sacrificed so much for this world. He deserves a little happiness, and I know that there's love for you. Great love. Just take my word for it, okay?
My dear, you do have a very unique bond with him.
Oh whoa, that's getting too crazy, Renly. That's too deep. It's too deep. You're making me blush.
You have given me much to think on. She bows to you all. She says, "Thank you, and I will inform him of your words when he awakens, as you asked."
I'm gonna
Until
say
we
to
meet
her,
again.
What?
and as far as Vork goes, if he misbehaves in any way, shape, or form, feel free to transport him to any location you would like in this world.
Actually, feel free to plane. What's that spell? Plane shift him.
Plane shift.
Yeah, plane shift him to the city of what's Pepin, the Baron of?
Oh, Erebus.
Plane shift him
Vanish
to
into
Erebus, and just when you do, think of a little boy named Pepin as his destination.
She says,
Or you can plane shift
"Seems
back to my back.
odd, but she says, I will note it, and will follow your orders if it becomes appropriate." She says, "Is there anything else? I must return to my duties. There is much to do."
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Whether intact or not, is there a temple to Mystra here?
You see her look down for a second. She looks over at you, Renly. She says, "No, but this is," and you see her eyes become emotional. She says, "This is the site where Mystra died, perished, and we had consecrated a spot for her atop the spire, at the very pinnacle. And we held memorials and worship services for her. But all that was lost when the dragon attacked."
Ask if I can visit it. And
So
it
I'm
would be
afraid
apparent
not.
why, because my mask is literally her symbol.
I'm afraid I'm afraid there is no way to reach the top of the spire. Some of the enchantments remain that prevent teleportation. However, all the interior structures that's allowed us transport to the top have been destroyed. It's been a point of emotional pain for myself personally, as I was very close to Mistra. But
Can
we have
sort
been
of
unable
relate.
to. Yes.
Would I be permitted to be near the top but not in the building for a short time?
There is none of us can fly up there. The enchantments are powerful. So Adis, the spire. So you
Okay.
weren't here for when during that time. There was a time when the spire itself was sealed off completely. And
Yeah.
powerful enchantments keeping anyone from going to the top, teleporting to the top, flying to the top, and blocking anyone from traveling up inside. The party back then made their way up. They broke through a barrier, or actually, they were tricked, and they had to chase someone through through the barrier. All the way, and they went up through the spire. But the only way to get to the top of the spire is by climbing the spire itself internally, or through divine intervention. Liam was able to send Deimos back up to the top of the spire with a divine intervention.
Oh, I was thinking more like flying like outside, not in it.
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't.
It's thousands of feet tall.
No fly zone.
And
So-
Okay.
Yeah, it would
the
just
enchantments
be
prevents
bad.
anything like that.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Wait, is that your other long play one, Robin?
Yeah. Well, yeah. What's Robin? What's this? What's this Robin guy? What's this? What Robin guy's true form? Huh? Robin guy?
You know,
Oh.
Robin. You guys haven't seen
Yeah.
him in a while.
No. So what is he? Which is he a god?
He's a merry adventurer who robs from the rich to get to the poor.
Okay. You're just not trustworthy anymore. You know. It's not trustworthy anymore.
Look at everybody fucking.
Yeah, everyone. Everyone. I'm gonna do. How powerful are they checks?
All right. So Ava
so-
heads off. Anything else for Ava?
No, not for Ava.
All right, she heads off. What are you guys doing?
I'd like to take 10 minutes, if you guys don't mind, to scry on my smallest lady.
Yeah.
How many ladies have you
Well, he-
collected?
Hey, don't worry about it.
Collected.
Oh shit,
Well,
I forgot. I got rid of my thing. Broke.
Wait. Bro.
Your scry
no,
spell.
here it
Oh
is.
yeah, your orb. No, you
Yeah,
did
it-
something with it.
Yeah,
Um,
because I don't have the thing in my thing anymore.
Yeah,
You don't have that anymore. You did something. Yeah.
We need a
Hey,
scry
Deimos.
spell here, stat. What?
hey Deimos,
What's
I
up, bro?
got something for you.
Huh?
I'm gonna reach into my bag of holding.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out a book.
I love books.
It's laden in gold with blue gems
Oh, that's
and
sick.
golden wings, and I'm gonna hand it to you.
Okay. I love books. I'll open it up and I'm looking for all the drawings. What does that do? Sorry, it won't open.
Here, I'll link it there.
Good alignment, you said.
Yeah, I took it from a douchebag in hell. But it's for clerics.
What does this book do? I don't even know what it does.
It
It's a legendary item, dude. Like super legendary.
they have to spend a long time reading it in order to get the effect, but it gives them like I think it boosts their wisdom. They have to be good aligned.
Ooh.
Um,
What about good-ish? Good-ish is in there,
you
right?
have to have good. You have to have good. You have to have good in your alignment.
You get a
That's some
halo.
random properties.
In your soul, you mean yes.
Oh,
but
in
it
my soul,
takes-
Damus is a good boy in his
But
soul.
you have to read a certain amount within a certain amount of time. Once you start reading it, a clock starts, and you have to finish it before the time's up to get the effect.
Oh,
That's kind of cool.
that is pretty
And
cool.
you have to stay good. If you do anything unvirtuous, you lose all the effects of the book.
Tempest unvirtuous, right?
But you do not die, right?
No, I don't think so. The only way the book can be destroyed is to submerge it in the river Styx.
Oh, good
Which
thing
you
you
guys
didn't
saw.
drop that when we were there. That would have
I
been
know, right?
bad. Whew. I thank you. I'm just like, dude, I'm like literally the goodest person you've ever met within a 2-foot radius.
That remains to be seen. And I'll float up in the air while he's doing his scrying ritual. I'm gonna pray.
I can't. I don't have my crystal ball anymore.
Could we get a crystal
Okay.
ball?
Wait, what do you need to cast the spell?
The actual spell. I used to do it through a crystal ball. I had an item, but I forgot what I did with it. But I don't have it anymore.
I think we tried to scry something and it shattered or something crazy.
You gave it
I have an-
away, or you broke it. I forget what it was.
Yeah, I did something with it.
Um,
I don't know. Forget.
Did you sell it? Did you sell it for blood chips?
No, not at all. Or maybe I don't even know. Elwyn was
I
dead.
don't know anymore.
could you use
No,
a
it
diamond?
was Elwyn that did it. So we couldn't have sold it for blood chips. But I
Can you use
remember I did do something with it.
You did something with it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what though.
Can you use a diamond to cast it?
No,
I
you
don't
know
have the spell. I don't know the spell.
We
Oh,
run
you don't
around.
know the crying
bad.
spell?
Oh,
To,
the
like,
crying
terrify
spell?
us.
Shit.
Oh, scrying.
Scrying.
Oh,
Scrying.
you had a magic item that let you scry.
Mhm.
Like, check
Oh,
this out.
gotcha. Never mind.
I can cry on demand.
I can scry
So
for us
good.
tomorrow.
Could we try to find like an extra, even like the double use scrying thing that they have? They might have some here.
Let me see.
I'll
if
throw
this
fat
is-
cash at it.
You could check. A lot of stuff has been destroyed, but if you roll well, you can get a scrying spell.
Yeah.
I'll
Let me.
roll.
I'll look for it. What do you want me to roll? D20? Oh, game was
All right, so, all right. So you're looking around. You go up, and the remnants of shops and that kind of stuff are all shattered. But you do find a scraggly-haired gnome sitting in a cart. He had a big display before, but now it's just like a wheelbarrow sitting in a cart, just all kind of disgruntled. Hair fuzzy on top and fuzzy on his chin and stuff. It all is like one big bundle of fuzzy gnomish hair. He's like, "Hey, what do you want?
Give us a
I
scrying
know
thing,
you.
bitch.
I
Oh,
know
by the
you.
way,
Oh,
High five.
You're-
You got us good.
oh,
You're really
you're the
good.
ones. Yeah, you like
that was
that?
That was pretty
Tried
good.
to cheat me? Huh, huh,
Yeah.
huh. How'd that
Well, I
work
did.
out? Huh?
That was
Fucko. You
Yeah.
like that? Huh?
That was good.
You like the
I was
smell of my gas?
pretty fucking terrible.
You like to buy something from me again, would you?
Yeah, this time we're not gonna cheat you. Well, yeah, we're not gonna do terrible things because we're all good people.
Fine, what you
Bro,
want? I still got
yes.
some shit.
Scrying
Hey,
thing.
bro. I know we have our differences in the past, but look at the time now. We all need to help each other through this.
Oh yes, water under the bridge.
Yeah. So, do you have a scrying spell or a scrying scroll or something to do with scrying?
Maybe. Let me look here. He jumps up off his wheelbarrow, and he's looking under his, and he's combing through some stuff. You see, just there's like a pile of just junk inside the wheelbarrow. Roll a d20.
Hey, dude. While you're looking, you see over there in gnome speak, gnome eyes. Renly, 1 to 10. What do you think?
He pops up, looks over to her.
How
one?
do you know this fellow?
Oh, he's the one who showed us the fart ring.
He just,
I
Yes.
see.
that one? Nah, she's solid 6. Did her in high school. Don't need to
What
again.
did you say?
How was
Renly,
it?
do you want me to pull his head off?
I will consider it.
Okay, you say the word. Say pineapple and I'll do it.
What happens if I say apple?
Oh, you don't want to see what happens when you say apple. Don't say that one again.
I dare you.
Ah! He pulls out a tattered parchment. He says, and he says, "Here you go, scroll of scrying, one-time use."
How much, bro?
Make me an offer. You know me, I don't have prices. Prices are boring.
What level is that?
Scry, it's, what level is Scry?
4?
4 or 5. I can look for you if you want.
5.
5.
Tell him I'll give you 5,000 gold pieces.
No.
Well, then
I
you
want
tell me how much it is.
a kiss on the cheek from her.
From me?
No,
Alright.
not
Deimos,
you.
remember you're
you
not
big
a girl
fuck
anymore.
tart.
Oh shit. This is hard.
From her. He points at you,
Wait.
Renly.
Who was the girl?
Don't worry about it. I was really banging.
Let's just say it involved Euphemia and a cursed belt of gender chain.
Yeah, you gave me a curse, Deimos.
What happened to you, Euphemia? Well, in any case, Deimos, I hope you have paintings. If you want a kiss, you have just to ask, but we do this outside, in public.
Oh.
Nothing wishy-washy.
He just, right? I'm happy to take a walk. He hops off his wheelbarrow and he heads to like in the middle of the street. Just, right here. And he
And
pops
and,
he
and
presses
as
his
he
cheek.
walks out, I look towards Deimos and Elvin and Albert, and I'm like, oh,
He tries something
Elvin.
funny. He knows he's dead.
Dude, I will murder him.
I have my own ways of dealing with
Us
these
girls gotta
girls,
stick
but,
together.
but
Right here, sweetheart.
Where
As
is he
soon as they
pointing?
walk,
Just on his cheek.
Okay, perfect. And at that point, Renly holds onto his chin. Okay, hold still, and she will hold him still as she plants a smack on his cheek.
Alright, I need you to make a strength check, and I also need to make a dexterity check.
Alrighty.
Deimos Skyder.
I'll
So
get
we're
you.
contested
I thought
strength
you-
check. Here we go.
I wave my
Okay.
hand in front of my face because you can't see Deimos even doing it.
Get that D4.
I said strength, not athletics. How do you have a plus 11 to athletics?
Get that D4 though.
That devil's right.
All right,
Yo.
all right. Now we're dexterity. Okay.
They
Dexterity
know what?
check. Check. Dexterity check.
It was so close to a 20.
Yeah.
The battle of the weak ones.
So Renly,
close.
Renly, as you grab his chin and you lean in for the peck on the cheek, you feel his like wily little head just spin right out of your grasp, and he does one of those things where he turns the head real quick and pecks you on the lips.
I wild shape into the world tree and I crush him in my branches with a big hug. I show my love.
All right. So what you guys see is Renly just like shrieks, and she pulls out her staff, the staff that she got off of. Actually, it was the headmaster.
Yes, our former headmaster, but Aurelian. Yes.
She gets the staff out, and she.
Oh,
with
it's
her
my
action,
walking stick.
she-
I'm always holding it.
yeah. Okay. She slams it on the ground, and she instantly begins to shapeshift. And she's a druid, so shape changing is not uncommon. But she transforms into this massive sentient tree. It's not. I guess it's only huge. So we're not talking hundreds of feet tall. We're talking 20, 30 feet tall. And in doing so, the small gnome is screaming howls of terror and also howls of laughter as he's being picked up in the branches and carried up into the sky.
how does she look
Okay.
to me?
The tree?
Yeah, how does she look to me?
She looks
Since
like a
I
tree.
see through
She looks-
shapeshifts.
Um,
Just learning my
she
new
looks-
power. That's all.
yeah. So she is actually. Let's see here. You see her form as a tree, and this is I guess it maybe will look like that. Whatever.
Okay.
Sort of treant-like, but yes.
Yeah, tree and like.
Okay. No, it was because of the scroll. That's why I was asking.
So, just for Damos's record, this guy kissed Renly without her permission, right?
On the lips. Yes.
I'm
And
waiting for a
as
word.
he's flying up into the air, the scroll comes fluttering down because he drops it.
Mage hand it.
Via elemental speech, I will move my branches, and a little wind will follow up, and I'll be like, would you like a return of that for a second scroll? And then I tuck her up in this form.
Your lips are as big as his head, as his whole body.
Exactly.
He's like he's shouting. You're like, no, no, no.
Pity. And then I toss him into his shop.
So he goes crashing down into his wheelbarrow. A big ball of
Exactly.
fuzz as he slams into it, and there's a little bottle of like a smoke or like powder or something, talcum powder or something, just poofs, and it's this big mess. All right. So
I
Ellen,
will
you
shoot
have
back
your
and say, like, I think we're even.
Ellen, you have your
Albrecht.
scry scroll.
Albrecht.
Fuck yeah. So
Renly's
I'll be
are-
doing that. I'll use it up while these.
Okay.
So while I'm casting the spell, I guess we go back to wherever we're gonna stay the night before we go, and do it there.
Okay.
While the rest of you guys finish up here. I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
All right. So what else you guys
Renly.
want to do? Anything else
Have
while
you-
you're in Mistrala?
That's pretty epic. So she turned into a gigantic super Trent.
Yes.
Pretty much.
That's pretty cool.
All right,
Albrecht, I'm sorry.
So,
He's our new top
Just-
grappler now.
just for clarification,
In awe, I
Midas,
say indeed.
Yes.
so the passive I get with my scroll, it would be more like knowing. It wouldn't really change what I see, right?
Yeah, you'd be able to see through shapeshift in the sense that you know that the so it's specifically for arcane magic.
Oh,
So
it's
her
specifically
ability-
arcane. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
it's a
So, like, if someone was polymorphed, I would have a sense. Hey, this person is polymorphed. It's not. I would see their true form.
no, you would be able to see them see through the polymorph. So you know they're polymorphed, but you also be able to see what they were really inside.
Okay, cool.
But
And hers
her
is not that
ability,
kind of magic.
No, not at all, because it comes from her legacy weapon.
Gotcha. Cool.
All right.
Holy shit, working out.
Anything else you guys want to do?
For shit's sake. I mean,
Not really.
yeah, they're
Just
gonna be
wait
low
for
on
the
supplies.
strike.
We won't be able to- But I'll start reading this cool book.
Read the description first.
Can you tell me what the book is? I missed that.
Yeah.
Before you get to reading, did you want to check with Liam? Not about the confessional, no, not that. Perhaps tea. No, I mean like regarding telephones.
Oh yes, please.
Forget the book for right now.
And
We
maybe
gotta see if
tea.
we can fix Telephos and give me some of that tea, but not your
Did I tell
fancy.
you I found mushrooms in the Feywild?
Oh, I'm gonna give
Oh.
you back.
Midas, I have an unidentified item in my inventory, and I don't know what it is.
Okay, I'll try to find it.
I don't even know where it came from. Unless I may have accidentally created something. I don't know.
I think it was accidentally created. There's nothing in it.
Okay.
So Deimos, you head back in there, and you find Liam directing a few of his acolytes as they are gently carrying the body of Scarpio out of his room. It's on a cot, and they're bringing it out. He says, "This one had much vitality to him just moments ago, but I knew his time was not long. It seems that he fulfilled his purpose. I hope his last words to you were worthwhile."
Super good. Super good.
Deimos.
Yeah.
What do you seek?
We want to fix Telephos a little bit more. I see his arm is not working right, and for proper lifting procedures, you want to have both arms working, just so you don't throw your balance off.
Telephos was gravely injured. I brought him back from death, to be honest. His body had been completely destroyed, decimated, crushed, almost beyond recognition. I implored the gods, and Lathander responded. Yes. If there is more you can do, he says, then I would advise it, I would encourage it. But his plight is beyond my skill. He continues to talk and to tell you exactly how the sequence of spells that he used, what areas of Telephos' being he anchored to which parts of his body, and how he had to rework the flow of energy of Telephos' spirit to avoid parts of his body that were just broken with decay and death. So he spends the next 10 minutes elaborating for you exactly what he was able to accomplish in bringing Telephos back to where he is. And you get the feeling that it was a significant act of healing that this entailed. Maybe there's more you could do to bring it along the way, but it won't be easy.
Okay. Well, before we take like our rest before we go out anywhere, like, is there anything I think I could still do to him? Like, I know it probably won't do much, but I still have like a 9th, an 8th, and some 6th and 7ths left.
And I
Like,
know that with this new form, it does have a rejuvenate function, and which involves regen. And I was wondering, like, if we can actually work in conjunction together.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That's like bio stuff.
Because I'm thinking there's some kind of a block that's not letting the healing go through. So.
And I can amplify your magic.
Ooh.
And I can just stand around doing the helicopter for you guys.
Wait.
Wait,
Elwin.
Pippin, you came
watching
back.
Pippin?
I forget who I am sometimes.
Pippin, don't make
Strange
back
memories
you.
of a little boy.
Why is Ellen walking
one of-
around naked?
Here, I'm gonna change this. So, Adis, it's one of your spells. Your spells.
Aww, that's
not
so
someone else's
mean.
spells.
that's so mean.
Corrected. All right. So you guys go over to Celine.
Based off of your understanding of how to overchannel and extend spells, would Adis know anything about extending the healing to push through this particular conundrum?
He's a wizard. Wizards aren't really knowledgeable in the healing arts, unless there's a
But
reason
when-
why Adis would.
More about the magic at least, and the basic reasoning of why this wouldn't actually work, because it
When
seems like
Liam was describing it, did I recognize anything about it, considering what happened to me while I was in hell? Like, to my body and my soul?
Let's see. Roll a. This would be a medicine check.
Oh,
Oh.
okay,
Yeah,
then.
there you go.
I was about to say it's probably gonna be horrible.
You know what a soul is like on the brink of death, and what happens in that transition process from life to death. You know it very well. And actually, you experienced it yourself just recently after you were brought back from by Deimos and Pepin after the Torn Morrow had killed you. So, you do have some knowledge, and you can contribute to their combined attempts to heal Telephos.
Okay.
All right. So you gonna go try it?
Yep. And before we start anything, I'm going to enhance my wisdom. And then, Renly, what do you use for your casting stuff?
How long is it gonna take us to get back there, to walk back there?
I will actually
Few
cast Foresight on Deimos.
Okay.
Like 5 or
Only-
6 minutes.
The only way I think I could
Long
help
enough.
is try to shape a spell with my meta magic. I don't know how
Oh.
that would work.
You never
Like
know.
heighten the spell.
I mean,
I'm
it
gonna
helped before.
ask-
It helped before, maybe.
I'm gonna ask Sifa to just follow them, and then the whole trip there, I'm going to pray.
Do you pray to Tempest?
Because he is your Lord and Savior.
Like, for real, though.
White porcelain mask is literally covered in the symbol of Mistra.
Why are you praying to, like, my niece?
We've already been over this, Deimos.
All right.
You know that Mistra is like super cool with Tempest, and
Yeah, she's super
she'd
cool.
be
with
cool with
Tempest.
it if you prayed to him.
Yeah, super cool.
Like
She'd
really
be
cool.
like, please do that. It's gonna totally help. Trust me.
And
Absolutely.
I create just a like simplistic, like that illusion that I did before when I showed them who I had met in that had come to me. I'd be like, is he cooler than her?
Well, he's a
So
lot
Renly,
Yeah,
older
that's
he
what I
than you.
conjures an image of the lady that he prays to. That's who it is.
Yeah, I pull out a picture of her too. I'm like, look, I can do that too. It was in my pocket. My gosh.
Hey, you know that I cast spells together with her? Like we double cast a wish together. Are you so jealous?
Oh, he's super jelly. Look at him.
Are
He's
you asking me
gosh
if I'm jealous?
He's
It
gosh
meant when you
dang
would never cast wish ever again.
Are you asking if I'm jealous?
Dude,
It was
we can't
worth it.
either.
Dude,
we got
I
a double.
saved
We got a double
whole
wish fail.
race.
Elwin, are you asking if I'm jealous?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Oh,
double cast wish. I saved the dwarven race from complete destruction along with her.
That is a very noble act.
You are big damn heroes. Now let's go save Telephos.
all right, yeah.
Did you feel something tickle your butthole?
Ooh, Renly.
Wait,
Oh,
who?
Whose butthole are you tickling?
Yeah,
This is a very
Shame.
important clarification.
it really does. I still got my auto success.
is this the royal you that you do it to everybody?
Yeah. Yeah, what's happening? Oh, this would be terrible.
Like, this is important. Whose butthole are
Yeah,
you?
who's?
It's Elwin, because he's the one talking about the double wish.
Oh. I'm like, Deimos, stop it.
Bro, I'm over here. Wait, that's my territory. Who the fuck's doing that? All right. Let's save this guy.
Alright, so I go to
And
praying
bringing
while we're
this
on our
train
way.
all the way back around.
You guys go back to Telephos's his palisade, and you enter back in again. Ava is not there; she's gone off to attend to other duties. You see Telephos pretty lethargic. His hands clasping a crystal on his desk, his eyes just half open, looking at it. His body hunched over, weakened, definitely weakened.
Let's fix this bad boy.
Telephos, in lieu of Ava not being here, would you mind if I connected us telepathically to talk about something regarding the physical condition you are in, and what we might do to aid you in the short term? It'll just take 10 minutes.
He agrees. He nods
Alrighty, and
his head.
I cast Jerry's telepathic bond so we can get the show on the road.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
All right. We're gonna. Anything this guy said, give us like a heads up on like what would probably work a bit more, or should we?
I explained what I derived from it too.
We're rolling for it. So, the way it's gonna work is since Adis and Renly, you're assisting Deimos in trying to bolster this healing process. Renly, you shapeshift into the world tree, the life giver. Adis, you pull upon your knowledge of death and the afterlife and of the soul's tension and transition, and you use that to inform Deimos's careful and gentle interaction with the weave and divine magics that he's weaving. So first I'll have Adis and Renly, both of you roll me. So let's see. I guess Adis, since what you're doing is intellectual, you can roll me an intelligence check, and Renly, through your healings, you can roll me a wisdom check.
I was gonna actually I didn't know what her casting was. Is it if it was wisdom, would
Okay.
I be able to enhance her?
No,
I was
they're
gonna try that.
enhancing you.
Oh, enhance me. Okay.
You're the one. You're the one doing it.
Okay.
Okay. And I did put foresight on Deimos to help. Oh,
Can I
this is
use-
not advantage, right? It's regular. Okay.
Can I use my inspiration to re-roll that?
Ooh, nice.
Your inspiration is bardic inspiration, so you can roll a d12 and add it.
Okay, sweet. That'll work too.
15 still not bad.
15 still really nice.
Okay.
Pretty good.
All right, Deimos. All right, so now Deimos, they've gotten a 25 and a 15, so that's a plus 40, right?
Yeah,
Your
that's a
turn to
nat
roll.
20.
Yeah.
I need 3 wisdom checks in a row
Okay.
from you.
Now, would it help if, like, while this is all happening, like condensing this energy, if I walk right next to him, activate my shield to make that bubble, to make sure none of this fancy energy stuff escapes from me?
Yeah. The shield will definitely help concentrate and keep anything from getting in to interfere and anything from escaping before you want it to.
So you said 3 wisdoms?
Yeah, so I'll let you make the third one with advantage.
I have a
Does
question
this
before
force
he
anything
rolls.
that cost on me do anything? Because that's normally the
What?
just advantage on stuff. Foresight.
Yeah,
friendly.
foresight.
Foresight. Oh.
That's my 9th level.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, yeah. So you'll have advantage on everything. What did you say, Adis?
I have a question before he rolls. So, is
Okay.
what me and her are doing going on at the same time, or did we do it and now he's doing what he's doing?
It's sequential. First you do it, then he does it.
So could
Actually,
I do
it's like
something-
you started first, and then he begins his thing. So you guys are working to maintain it while he casts his spell.
Okay, cool. Never mind then.
All right, cool. A doopity boo. Let's roll some dice. Why is that not an
you're supposed to have,
advantage?
you're supposed to have
This I
advantage.
haven't.
Cyrus.
Yeah, I haven't.
Here's the other one.
applied
So 19,
18.
How is this happening?
and 31.
Okay, hold on. Let me do some math here.
And then because I can, I guided myself.
On the first one, yay!
Yeah.
All right, let me do some math real quick.
So yeah, the first one's just at the 19.
So 23, 18, 31.
That totals 112. It beats the 100 you needed.
Oh,
And then, as I'm doing this, I'm whispering, "You better put a ring on it."
oh my god! I almost spat my drink out.
As you Deimos, as you go to Telephos's body, and you can see the reworking, the rerouting of various lines of energy within the body around around various arteries and necrotic points of his anatomy. This is very delicate, precise work you're undergoing. This takes a while. This is going to take you a couple hours. As you knit together elements of the spell, you activate your shield and its protective energies, and you weave in the arcane and even the fey energy that Renly and Adis are contributing to your process. And with all that together, you're able to undo some of the necrotic damage that's worked its way into Telephos's body, reopen some lines of energy, and give easement to some of the strained points in his anatomy. 2 hours later, after you finish, the rest of your party has since taken a break and kind of just set aside, because you're the only one who could do the last part of it, the last stretch. Sweat on your brow, focusing very, very intently. You tie off the last bit of soul stitching that you've done. And while he is not completely whole, you realize that you have advanced his physical state significantly. You see his lungs, both lungs, fill with air fully. You see his back straighten, um, and his left arm begin to move, not burdened with pain. And more importantly, as his lungs fill, you sense that his um, the full weight of the full power of his lungs and his voice and his diaphragm are restored. So he's able to shout and to deploy his voice at full strength again.
Yo, bro, feeling a little bit better?
All right.
I recast telepathic bond, so we're not completely out of the loop again.
His mind's voice echoes through yours, Deimos. He says, "Yeah, actually, I'm
Oh,
feeling a
that's
lot
fucking
better."
sick, bro. Hell yeah, bro. Good for you. Thank Tempest, right?
He says, I don't know what you did to me, but that was really good.
Yeah, it does.
Ah,
You gotta look
I
out
haven't
for your
felt
ring
this
day,
good in
right?
a long time.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, hold on a second. Are you in my head?
What?
What the hell's going on here?
Oh my god.
I look at
What's
Telfos.
This is-
Telepathic
Oh,
bond.
Renly. Sorry, I was in a bit of a fog earlier. He says, yeah, I think we're good. Hey, Ava told me what you had learned. The dragons are coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much I'm going to be able to do to keep this place running. Even now, when I'm feeling more like myself. He says that those dragons are formidable. Please, whatever you're going to do it quickly.
Did she tell you the other thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
What's the
I
other
didn't
thing?
quite understand the reference.
You didn't get it?
Something
Here,
about
we'll
if
I
I
flip him.
perform it
I,
for you.
wanted to.
Yeah.
I flip him a ring.
That's a nice ring. Be a shame if it didn't go on some nice lady's finger. But that's cool. I'm just talking to myself over here.
Hold on a second, he says.
Oh, huh?
Are you implying that she and I?
Yeah.
You see
I don't
his
think-
face.
What did she tell
see-
you?
And if you fuck this up, I will stick your head literally in a place where I don't think I can stick your head.
Just
That's,
he says, "Oh, you guys are ridiculous."
You're
He says,
I send him a
ridiculous.
message.
There's
with the
no
message
there's no
thing.
way there's no way she thinks of me in that way.
Dude, she was
Bro.
like, ooh, oh, Telephos. Ooh, you're
I
so cool, Telephos. Trust
Then-
me.
She seemed more concerned.
I
that-
will say to him that there might be something there that may surprise you. I would
No.
look into it, and I'm going to again grab Deimos and
Whoa.
Elwyn by the ear before they start
He
dancing.
wa- hey,
drag
hey.
them out.
Wow, you
Well,
were trying to
he's
grab a
dragging us
strong
out.
woman
I'm
like
gonna-
myself.
I'm gonna yell, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
I start twerking that he's pulling me out because I totally learned that in the chick book.
All right,
And
Adis,
with
what
the
were you saying?
message cantrip, I send him a message. You know you wanna kiss the girl.
If I had three hands, I'd be grabbing all of you except Renly by the ear, and I'd
I do say to Telfos, the first thing she thought when we broached the topic to her was that you didn't think of her in that way, which is quite telling, don't you think? She never denied it.
Bro, lock that shit up, bro.
Lock it up, bro. I
I'm
was a chick
already out the
before.
door with these
No,
two.
I was a chick
So,
before.
so you
I know.
you guys are pulled out. He looks at you, Renly, and he says, "Renly, you are well versed in the ways of love. Do you think this is something that I should do?"
Oh, let me back in the room. Let me back in the room. I need to hear this.
Dude, I'll Misty step in
Like
there.
as soon as we're outside, all three of us just have our ear pressed against the wall. Like as soon as we're outside, I'll let them
Haven't
go,
left
but I'll,
yet.
Oh god.
I'm a ninja.
What do you
Since
say,
we all
Renly?
since we're all telepathically connected, everybody still hears
Yeah,
this.
that's right. They can all hear it. Yeah, they can all hear it.
So I just look at
Never
them
mind.
and then look back at Telephos and say, Telephos, through all the shit that we have gone through and all the bad tea we have drunk, I have learned that we need to treasure the people we have, and there's nothing quite as special as this.
Did you have a stripper name?
I smacked Amos on the backside of that.
Ah, shit, that hurt.
He says, I will listen to your wisdom, Renly. Perhaps with the
Talk
end
to
of the
her.
world nigh, there's little time left for
Do not
bashfulness.
regret. Talk to her.
Yes.
Bro, Deimos
I
and
will
I
think
got
on
the
it.
bachelor party.
Oh, and the bachelor
I will
party.
think on it.
Oh.
Now there's much to do. Please, be gone. He slaps
Alright.
his staff on the ground, and the telepathy spell shatters.
I roll my eyes and then walk out.
I look at Renly in like a light that I've never seen before. I'm just like wide-eyed.
I leave, and as I pass through the
So-
threshold of the door, I look over my shoulder, and I just tell him, in dark times such as these, love is one of the most powerful weapons your side has. And then I leave.
Our side.
Okay.
Our side.
All right.
So, Renly, I hear you're a vixen in the bedroom.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't talk to my hero like that. Hey, you give her some goddamn
Oh my
respect.
god, don't do that.
A
Jesus,
new
you just
side,
made me inhale
I just
coke.
learned.
Renly is a
I-
You just made
There's
you
room
just
I
made
in
me
really
there are
admit,
friends.
I really admit,
goddammit.
when I came back, I was still surprised they were stuck in this quagmire after 2 years. But this is good.
Giggity, giggity.
Hey Midas, I gotta step away for a sec. While they do the scrying, I'm just gonna keep praying again.
Okay, go ahead.
So, and I'll be back.
All right.
As he's
All right, I win.
praying, you can't tell I'm drawing a mustache on his face.
On his mask.
All right.
Hitler mustache.
Oh, I won't do that. Okay, maybe. They'll never
Ellen.
even know.
You convinced me.
What do you need me to roll?
No, nothing. You cast a scry spell. You speak the name of Eloise,
Yep. I pull out
and
some
your vision.
dwarf-sized thong from my pocket just to heighten the spell.
Your awareness lifts through the sky and transports across the continent, taking you from Mistrala all the way down south across the plains of Dakran, flying over Skignash actually and the mountains of Azoa. You land outside of Hasselin, actually to the plains to the east of Hasselin. Now, you could evacuate the dwarves from there 2 years ago when Gromash had attacked and brought them to Erlin, and they were there during the Leaper assault, but since then, with the dragons and everything, the dwarves had traveled by foot back to their hometown, the place that you had established for them outside of your little town of Heldren. And they'd been there for over a year now, and had resettled themselves. And as you hone in, you see Eloise working along with some other dwarves, and just going about their daily life. She's still in charge. Her weapons are not present. She's set them aside. You can tell that they've had some months of peace, as the dwarven people are beginning to establish themselves and set up their homeland, or their hometown again. There are quite significantly fewer of them than the last time. So you rescued 14,000 of them from Cragland, in all the journeys and all the wars and stuff, that number is down. You're looking at 5,000 or 6,000 dwarves now. But the ones that are here have weathered a lot, and they've had some months of rest. And Eloise, again, a little older, a little bit having had a weary stretch. The rest has done her well, and she looks as she looks pretty healthy and pretty it's not optimistic, but has a good outlook on the world. And as you scry, she pauses and she looks up into the sky, making direct eye contact with you as you're looking down on her. She says, "Elwyn, is that you?"
Yes.
You can't respond
we
to
are-
her.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, you can't
so what
respond
I'm
to her.
gonna
You
do?
can see her.
I
Now
know
she
this
knows you're
much,
scrying
right?
because the person has to has to be willing to receive the scry, or they resist it. She didn't resist.
Okay. So since I know exactly where she's at, right? I've been there. I mean, it's right outside our town, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I will use one of my 7th level spell slots, and I will teleport one of the silver daggers that I had commissioned, the ones that have the golden dragon on the, it's just like they're not magical or anything. They're just really cool. I'll teleport one of my daggers to her just to let her know that
Okay.
yes, it is me.
Okay. It drops down from the sky, and she looks up in a bit of a shock as she reaches out and catches it, and she holds it in her hand. She looks at it, and she smiles, and she the sky, and you just happen to be your vision happens to be anchored there, and she says, "I knew you weren't gone. I knew it down inside. Never gave up hope." Says, "I'll be waiting for you. Come find me when you're able."
Okay, and I'll end the concentration. Oh, no! Before I do that, I'm gonna just around the place where she is, as much as the area lets me see.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to see if there's a bald, red-bearded dwarf just drunk off his ass somewhere.
No, you do not see a bald red-headed dwarf.
Okay. Oh no, we already know where he's at. Never mind. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I'll drop concentration.
All right. Okay. Anything else?
I'm gonna stand up and say to the group, "I'll be back. Give me 5 minutes."
All right.
If you need to go, just go. I mean, is he going to the bathroom?
I think
Yes, yes.
In real life, he's going to the bathroom.
Oh no, I bet it.
Oh no! I meant Elwyn as in character.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, like, I'll be in my bunk. Like, I'll be in my bunk kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite lines from Firefly. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jane.
Alright.
Jane is there looking at what's her name, the companion. And he's like,
Oh my god.
I'll be in
yeah.
my bunk.
Companion and her lady lover.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh yes, I forgot to check, but did the protection amulets work out, by the way? Because I wasn't quite sure, because I'd wanted to create them, but I wasn't sure if that was okay.
Protection
actually
amulets. Remind me
They're
what
the
that is.
one-time use things. I think I have it here. Here we go.
Oops, okay, I'll link it so they can see it. Oh, this is a spell that you want to be able to have?
It's basically put into an amulet, and I'd been considering 2 of each. So it's limited what I can cast. So I wanted to make 2 of them Feeble Mind and 2 of them Plane Shift. So if people do end up getting hit, Adis and what is it, Elbrick for Plane Shift, and Elwyn and Damus for Feeble Mind. The amulet breaks and they are not affected. It's a one-time use thing.
Oh, sure.
I
Yeah, that's
think-
cool.
I think Deimos is immune to feeble mind. I don't think he can be feeble minded anymore.
Spade affects the wisdom and everything, right? Or charisma. Charisma, oh, never mind.
I think if someone's gonna get feeble mind, then it's gonna be the worst for them. It's gonna be Adis, because he's a wizard who relies on intelligence.
And I think that Damus has been plane shifted before, hasn't he?
Oh, I'm
And if
great at plane
I
shifting.
get plane shifted, I can always bring myself back.
Indeed, yes. That's why I was like thinking that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll
In
plane
that
shift.
case.
Love different planes,
The planes are great
like
when
fighter
they're not in
jets.
chaos.
There's
B-52.
like B-52. Oh, those are some nice ones.
Have you ever met the Chaos
Jumbo
Brigade?
jets.
Where are you
No.
guys right now?
I believe we're still in Mistrala right now, right?
But did you go back to a hotel room, or are you still standing around? Where would you
We
guys
kind
of
of went to like a
Yeah.
tent, I guess.
Yeah, I'm
I guess
assuming we'll have to go to,
Bradley's
like,
been
a-
here for a few days, so
I found the nearest tea room
Um,
/ bar.
If you guys want a place to stay, I can take care of that if you like.
Okay.
No, I think we just went back to like Renly. Like Renly took us someplace like back.
To
He's
a
got
tea
a
room
he's got a
/
mansion
bar.
too.
Yes.
I got a mansion.
All right,
Yes,
so
but do you have the drink?
Oh
The
yeah,
local
Hmm.
drink. First try it out and then get it into your mansion.
yeah.
We
I
find
can
out
do that if I try it. Yeah.
Renly's like the innocent grandma that we're just like, oh, she's so nice. We find out she's like the most crazy out of all of us. It's awesome. She's like,
I mean, you didn't already know this?
Got a crazy past. It's the best. Turns into trees. Who fucking knows what she's gonna do next?
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
by the way, have you ever tried laughing water?
What?
I'm not kidding.
Oh wait, what's it called?
Laughing water.
No.
It,
I'll
it,
take
it,
some.
it is quite lovely. I have a couple of bottles, but this works best when you're feeling under the weather.
Oh, I'm never under the weather.
Oh, then you're good, Deimos. I mean, it tastes good too, but
Except
it's
for one
fine.
time.
Take one. Take one.
I'll take one.
Laughing water is so powerful that it can make someone laugh even if they're under the effects of the wand of frowns.
You know, the funny thing is, like, I'm literally like, as nerdy as it sounds, I'm reading a stupid D&D book where they just use laughing water on stuff. And I'm like, God damn it, I know what this is.
is that what they nicknamed your junk? The one that frowns.
I still need to code these things in, but yeah, people put in protective amulet and laughing water in inventories. But yes,
That's
that's
awesome.
about it. All she
Okay.
cares about otherwise are rocks and mushrooms, so you know
But
her.
seriously, if you have laughing water, I'll take laughing water. I will find
Oh wow,
crazy
this stuff is
awesome.
pretty cool.
It
It's
looked
super
really
cool.
fun. I was like, oh! Especially when you suck at throwing stuff and then you try to throw this at an undead. So, yay!
Cool. Oh, by the way, guys, I changed your boons from Mr. Shambrosia.
Mhm.
You can look at them in your traits. I removed the fiend requirement.
Oh,
dude,
shit,
that's sweet.
that's super good.
Sweet.
And Albric and Deimos, yours is just in general.
Oh, well, damn.
She must have liked the scroll I gave her.
I figured it should be a little more powerful than it was. All right.
All right, dudes. So, making a plan. Are we gonna sleep here and then
Yeah, I think we
teleport somewhere
should.
closer, or
Well,
teleport? Start, making our way there if we have to rest between then and now.
I think we should definitely sleep here first because it's been a while since a long rest. And does someone still have exhaustion, or am I?
No, those are all gone.
Do you have plane shift?
Yeah, I do.
What level is it? I forget.
7.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's the same as teleport. Okay, never mind.
I mean, it's a bunch of goblins. I said we just freaking do it. We fought
No,
really
I
against
Deimos, Deimos,
Dude,
you're the one who's
I
always
still got some
reminding us.
juice.
Yeah.
It's
what?
Midas.
Oh shit.
Did you forget
God,
it's Midas?
We're probably fighting against hordes and hordes and hordes of ancient blue dragons.
Midas goblins, I can't wait.
Oh,
Yeah. So I think we should just get a long rest here and
Wait,
either
I have a better
place that
idea.
Renly is staying or that
Oh yeah,
place that
definitely
Ada
wrong
sets up
rest.
for us.
I got a better idea. Let's teleport now and then rest there. That way,
Oh no,
I
that's
regain
even
that
better idea.
resource. Yeah.
That's an even better idea. So, do we know specifically where in Zignesh she is?
He did not give you a location. He said, look to Skignash, where the... He mentioned the goblins. The goblins have basically overflowed and are running rampant.
I'd assume that city in the middle is probably where they went to.
All right, so from there, we got two options. I can teleport us to Ospium and walk from there, or I can teleport us to the mountain where we've been.
Oh,
And
wait,
go
what
from
was
there.
the description
Can
of
you,
the location? Between
Can you,
what?
Where the chaos of the goblins are sowing chaos everywhere. There, that's kind of what you know about.
Alrighty.
That arrow points to the
And,
general
I
location.
mean, we could.
No, that's the mountain that we've already been to, so I can teleport us there or to Ospium, which are the
could.
closest things.
We could ask.
Okay.
Like, I know they've already been doing it for us a bunch already, but we could ask them for a generalized, just scry on that city. Would that help?
no, remember we need a plane. A person's name.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who are we looking for again?
Biffin. But remember when we tried to
Wait. Nope.
when we tried to scry him, he was unscryable, and we already
Hold
know
on.
the Finzer doesn't work.
Hold on. No, I got an idea, but give me just 1 second because I need to look at the scrying spell.
Is it possible to perhaps just ask a divination question of where is the location where, in particular, goblins are sowing dissent and chaos in?
Yeah,
British?
but we'd still be like literally
Yeah.
rolling the dice because I haven't been there.
Yeah.
When you,
So
ask,
it's either Osmium or Draconis.
I ask,
All right, we would have died.
did this person we're looking for have any distinct items on him of mundane
No.
value?
Nope. Not that we know of.
An earring, necklace, boots,
Probably.
clothes.
What was his what was his typical weapon?
I think a warhammer.
Yeah, it was
or
a
maul.
warhammer. A warhammer
Okay.
that he called Berthilda.
When we
There
get
it is.
there, you could
Try
attempt to use. You
Please
could
try that.
attempt. You can locate object his warhammer, but it has 1,000-foot range, so we could use it once we get there to potentially help narrow down the search.
That could work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
you
where do you
can-
guys want to go?
Osmium or Draconis, guys.
Well, if we're going to Ezoa, wouldn't it be better to just go to the mountain?
No, we're going to Zignash.
Oh, Zignash.
And remember, they said Ospium was already destroyed, so
Yeah.
Let's go to Mount Draconis then.
Quick question. Scrying is concentration, and you can scry it in most forms. So if we were in Windwalk form over Zigdish for 10 minutes, we would get quite far. So if you're scrying, for that time, perhaps it might be easier in Windwalk form.
But it takes 10 minutes to cast it, though.
Casting time is 10 minutes, but then it lasts for 10 minutes after that by concentration.
Oh, nice.
So,
all right. So I'll teleport us to Mount Draconis, and from there we can windwhack over Skignash.
Yeah,
Yep,
so let's
pretty
teleport to
much.
Mount Draconis, take a long rest in Adis's castle, or box, or whatever it is, and then pick up in the morning.
sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
I'll
so-
teleport to the cliff outside of where Vork died.
That's no. The cliff where Vork died is not Mount Draconis.
Oh no, I thought that was it.
No, remember, cliff where Vork died was, what's his face's place? Dracomancer.
Yeah, Dulric. That's up in the border mountains up here.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Oh, it's where the mountains, the dragon summit thing was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dragon Summit
Oh,
is down
okay.
here.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh,
So you-
and I think last thing is, Elvin, do you have legend lore? That was the only other thing I was thinking of during this time.
I am a sorcerer. I do not.
Oh crap! For some reason, I was the legend lore, and I'm like, nope, nope, nope. Never mind.
okay, you guys teleport to Mount Dracaris. It's dark because it's in the evening, but you guys, you're familiar with the summit of it, so that's where you go, the summit of Mount Dracaris. It is
Okay.
vacant. It is again populated with the ruins of ancient dragon worshipping species, and there's a large platform in the center that was the site of the dragon call that you ushered forth. I guess it would have been a couple years ago now, to summon the dragon lords from their slumber.
So would you guys like a mansion or a fortress?
Up to you, buddy.
How much room's up here, Midas?
It's pretty big.
Fucking-
It's
Okay.
quite large.
I'm gonna spend a minute and I'm gonna raise a mighty fortress out of the top of this mountain.
Okay. Is that your magnificent mansion spell, or are you doing something different?
Oh wait, never mind. I can't. That diamond I have is worth way too much to waste on that spell. So yeah, I'll just do the magnificent mansion.
Okay.
I was gonna cast the mighty fortress spell, but my diamond's worth like 16 times what is necessary for the spell.
Okay. So so the doorway opens up and you usher them into your mansion. You guys head inside and drink the tea and the laughing water, and eventually it's been a long day. You guys have encountered a lot, and you guys get your long rest.
And when I create the mansion, I create a small little like worship room
Mhm.
for each respective person's deity as well for them, if they have one.
Does he know the gods are dead?
I don't think so yet.
Let's not tell him.
And when they walk into the mansion, in the area where you first walk into it, there's
Uh-huh.
just an illusion of her.
Okay.
That's disproportionate. Sorry. Yeah. I mean,
All
good
right.
try.
Okay. The night goes by, and the next day you guys are recovered and rested. You get your long rest. What do you guys want to do?
I get back some charges on my staff.
Hey Midas.
Yeah.
Could we possibly or I gotta go because I got work in the morning. I'm pretty tired, so I need to get some sleep.
Okay.
Got first job in the morning. So I'll see you guys later.
No, see, dude.
Take care,
Good
man.
night.
We'll probably end up pretty soon then. What do you guys? Yeah. What do you guys want to do next?
I'll cast Windwalk just to be safe, and that would be pretty much it on my end.
How do we want to go about going down the mountain?
The Windwalk
So
off.
Windwalk.
Is the windwalk the one that turns you into like a cloud, basically?
Indeed, be one with the
Okay.
wind. Everything will be good. What could go wrong, right?
Everything. You didn't spend the last couple weeks with these dudes. Literally everything goes wrong.
We've been playing on easy mode.
Let's just be
Even
fast
more
about it.
stuff's gonna go wrong. We're screwed. We're screwed.
All right. So you're wind walking down the mountain. So you guys turn into puffs of water vapor, cloud form, mist form, and you begin to head northwest into Skignash. Now your travel speed is pretty quick, but this is a fairly long journey. By foot or by slow, like mule or something like that, this would be a solid. With the mountains, about 2 weeks. 2 week journey. So in mist form, you guys are flying, you're hovering above the surface, the terrain doesn't really bother you, you're moving faster. So you're able to cut it down to, a good 3 or 4 days travel time from here to the city. If that's where you're heading. But along the way, what are you doing?
How good is Deimos? Is Deimos a good boy?
How good is Deimos? No, your alignment. What's your alignment?
Deimos doesn't really have an alignment. I'd just say, I don't know. Sometimes he's good.
I don't know if you could.
sometimes
I don't know if you could claim a pure good alignment.
No. I don't
Oh,
think
I'll
he-
just let you know, Damus. If you try to read from that book and your alignment is not good, it hurts you.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I can see it. I see that. I see that.
It really hurts
I-
you.
Yeah, fuck him. Dad. I don't know if Deimos is good enough.
Nothing. Let's just try to get there as fast as possible.
Okay, so you
Let's
guys are
just go
flying
get
over Skignash, and what you're seeing is a heavily goblin-populated land. Did you guys have something that you're using to try to hone in on Biffin?
Well, it only lasts for 10 minutes, the scrying. So the problem is that if it's multiple days,
It's
to go
locate
through-
object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually-
locate object. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
open up
because
some.
we can't scry him.
Yeah.
But if someone has locate object, I don't have it. I don't think. Let me check.
I opened up a
I
beer.
actually have that.
Okay, then there you go.
Okay. As you head over to Skignash, you pass small goblin towns and along the way, and but as you head towards the central city of what did I call it? Drivelbrook. The as you head towards the central city of Drivelbrook, you note that the population grows more dense, and actually what's happening is the goblins are a very prolific species. There's lots of them. Numerically, they are abundant, and the goblins are basically having a heyday now that the dragons have begun crushing centers of power of the dwarves and of and the various kingdoms and stuff around them. They are basically running around unchecked, just like all over the place. So the goblins are spilling over the borders into Taswan, into Galabarum, heading, and there's whole troops of them heading over to Ospium. But basically, the goblins are reproducing quickly and heading out all over the place. Basically, they're just kind of like overflowing the borders around them. What's left in Skignash are various factions that are left over, and they are at uneasy truces with each other. But what that means in goblins is that they'll only kill dozens at a time instead of going to all-out war. All right. So you get there, and it's pretty chaotic. You see factions, you see goblins just like in various encampments, and sometimes there's spats between them, and they'll shout and they'll attack each other, and that kind of stuff.
Bros, do you remember when we came across the village of the orcs or the hill giants,
Mhm.
where I just destroyed the shit out of it with a meteor swarm, and they called me the fire god from the sky,
Mhm.
and they told us everything we wanted to know?
Mhm.
Do you want to see if round 2 works the same? Just go down to one of the tribes, fuck
Biffin
everything
might
up.
be in there.
Hey, does anybody have a diamond worth 500 gold?
I have a
all
bedroll.
the gems that we ever got are gone with Euphemia.
Yeah, you do with all the gems.
I like my rocks. So one of the things I was mentioning was diamonds was one of the things mainly just for all of the true resurrections. I don't know if any of that worked out, Midas.
Wait, what are you saying?
Remember in the email, in the file, I mentioned about rock collection including diamonds.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I would be like, what would you like? Would you like clay, volcanic rock? How about magma? Oh, yeah. And then I'd hand you one.
You guys are in mist form, so can't really hand
Oh,
it
we
to each
can't
other.
even talk at this point.
Well,
Like
there's
it-
got to be times where it's interrupted that we have to stop.
Okay.
Or should we
Basically,
just-
on evening, yes.
Should we just head towards the town in the center of everything?
I mean, I like your idea, I really do. But if he's in there, I don't know if meteor swarming will work.
Well, I've got an idea to help clear out the town a little. Can anyone here do a like really extreme illusion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an idea, but I need a diamond worth 500 gold.
Oh. Well, I have a bedroll.
I mean, I have a diamond I could use for it. I mean,
have-
this is important enough to use it,
Yeah.
but
Renly,
do
if
have
you
feed.
do you have wait, Renly, do you have any gold?
I don't have gold. That is why I only care about rocks.
yeah, I don't
Wait,
have
I
any
have
money
some
either.
gold. I have some gold. Yeah, I have 13,000 gold. So I could buy something. Oh, and I have some 2,400 platinum. Oh, I am rich. Yay!
Yeah, yeah.
Benny just cares about rocks.
We can say you can say one of your rocks is a diamond. Just
Awesome.
take 500 gold out of your gold, and
Awesome.
we'll let you turn it into diamond.
So this is my idea. So
Awesome.
we need to get into this town
Mhm.
so I can create a distraction
Okay.
because goblins are stupid.
They're
There's thousands of
Um,
goblins all over the place. Just
Oh, I
Just
know,
first
but the
perspective.
goblins like to kill things. They like to smash things. So I can make a mighty fortress rise up outside the city, and if you can major illusion an army inside of it,
oh yeah. About that illusion. You said a big illusion, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't, can you?
No.
All right. Well, then that leaves that for me to do. Let me see if I have that spell.
I would spend if it's in the evening and when we're getting close, I would spend some time communing with nature as a ritual and asking, the lands around, like where is the most chaos around here? And yes, goblins, yes, they're not that great at respecting you, but where is the worst of the damage? Tell me more. And I
Alright,
wait
so-
for them to start gossiping.
All right, who are you talking to?
Oh, I'm communing with nature. So literally the birds and
Oh,
leaves
okay,
and the
so-
plants.
Okay.
I'm talking to a rock.
Gosh damn mushrooms.
I draw eyes and mouth and nose on the rock that she's talking to.
All right. So while you guys are talking about talking about diamonds and trying to figure out illusions and that kind of stuff, Renly is off to the side, talking to nature. You see her sitting down on the ground and like looking at a small, softball-sized rock on the ground. And Renly, as you commune with the environment around you, you get a sense of what's been going on lately. The nature itself is in a great state of tension and disruption, especially in this area. Nature, the rocks don't necessarily talk to you, but you can sense the change that's occurred lately.
Mhm.
They ever since the GodBreaking began, the world has felt its after effects, and you're familiar with that feeling since you've been around since then. But even just recently, they can tell you of increased levels of disorder, of chaos, of war and bloodshed, and they do point to the center of the goblin township as the focal point of this chaos. Basically, it's where the goblins population is mostly focused, and where goblins go, that's where the chaos goes.
Okay. I do relay this on to everybody. The rocks do tell me a few things, and I relay it on.
Say no more. To the goblin town it is.
Renly, roll a perception check.
Sure. Let's see. Oh, I am actually proficient in this. Yay! My luck is wonderful.
All right, so you're off on the edge, communing with nature. The rest of you guys are over somewhere a bit away from her, talking about your spells and that kind of stuff. And Renly totally misses this goblin sneaking up on her.
Ah!
Why you
Alright.
on those shrooms? You zoned out, girl.
All right. So Renly, he comes charging in with his big hammer. He's a goblin, so you're a gnome. You're roughly the same
We're the same
size.
height.
You hear
We're
his
the
you
same
hear his
height.
voice coming, and he comes rushing in, and you look at the last second as he's bearing down on you. Okay, so this is definitely a surprise attack. So
Indeed.
he's gonna have advantage, and here comes. Let's see. It's a big hammer.
He's
You're
gonna
standing
crit
still.
me and I'm going to die from a goblin.
All right, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, I never mentioned my this, by the way. If I wasn't playing Rennie, I would have been playing a goblin miner.
A goblin
named
miner.
Tiff. Yes,
Really?
I was totally going like, yes, I actually have.
I did get a crit.
Someone.
I got a crit.
You did. That's how I die. My luck.
Welcome back.
Get wrecked central.
So here's a goblin. He targets you, Renly. Here's his crit roll.
Ow! As
His hammer.
the
His hammer
scimitar
comes.
sinks into me, I think I should have started casting foresight on myself. Damn it!
It just cracks down. It's pretends a hammer, right? It cracks down on your back, and he goes, and he's there just screaming at you, and he raises his hammer again to smash it down on you again. What do you do?
I'm gonna wild shape into a water elemental, and he is going to be inside me.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's swimming inside you. Go,
Elwyn is jealous.
Did it just
He
get
can't-
hot here or something? I'm very confused right now.
Okay, so he's trapped inside you, Renly. He's
I
complete-
move towards everyone else, and I dump him in the middle of our group.
He's
As an
splattered.
offering.
He's splattered down on the ground. He looks up at you. He picks up his hammer, which is bigger than he is, and he swings it at you, Elwyn.
I'll grab it, his hammer, and I'll break it.
Oh, he hits you. But this is-
I love
Alright,
this
he
goblin.
he smacks you on the knee, and then Deimos, you take the hammer away. So it pretends a hammer, not a scimitar. He goes,
Shh. I need a new backpack. How are you at being a backpack?
He looks at you. Deimos, he jumps at you, tries to bite you.
I grab his face.
True polymorph.
What are you gonna do?
Really?
I'm gonna true polymorph him into a goblin with a closed mouth and no arms and no legs. And I'm going to make the saving throw 32.
Are you really gonna use your 9th level for this?
Right now,
Yeah, we have another long rest before we're gonna go deal with the city.
we got.
guys-
we're on a
you
time
guys-
don't we?
crunch. We're
No,
Pretty
I
this,
thought it
this
took
is,
us the whole day to get here.
no, it took you 3 days to get here.
yeah.
This is the top of the third day.
Oh, it is? Oh, I thought it was the end of the third day.
No, top of the third day.
Okay, then never mind. I won't do that. Sorry, I thought it was the end of the third day.
Oh no, I'll just pinch his little mouth shut, take his hammer, I'll smile at him, and then I'm gonna tie him up and like just wrap him on my back.
Okay. None of you speak Goblin, right?
Oh, as long as
Um,
you speak a language, I should be able to speak
No.
with him by elemental speech.
Oh wait,
Okay.
I want to learn another language.
While that's going on, Midas, I
Uh-huh.
would like to fly up into the sky and take a look around to see if I see any more of these little fuckers, just so I can warn everyone.
Oh, good point.
I'll go with him.
So you fly up in the air. Wait. So Renly, can you understand him?
As long as I'm using either earth, wind, or something, yes. And he understands the language.
Okay.
So
He does
yes.
understand language. So what are you? How are you translating his language through the elements?
It's transmitted via wind and as basically elemental speech. So 60 foot transmitted via wind, earth, water, or heat works as long as the creature can understand a language.
So you can speak to him.
Particularly, yes.
I mean, he's already been inside her, so. Can't get any
Oh.
closer to that.
Don't bring that up again.
Okay. What are you saying to him, Renly?
I turn towards everybody else. I'm still in water form, but I do ask people, so what do you want to know? Today
Ask him. Where's Biffa the dwarf?
and then I'll pass it along with Biffin the dwarf. Where is the dwarves you'll keep?
Orsal, where are all of the leaders so we can break all the leaders and then we're in charge of every goblin ever?
Oh, I told him to ask what the goblin leader's name is.
Can you understand him if he talks back to you with that ability, Renly?
I am meant it to be general communication, but it's up to you how you wanted it to work.
I don't know if you can understand back. That'd be kind of hard going through the elements.
That is totally cool.
Yeah. So right now the goblin, he's like, he blinks at you, Renly. He can understand what you're saying, but then he's like, and it's
Make him draw pictures.
Do you guys need some help talking to him?
Elwin.
That would be great.
Alright, I'll come back down and I'll cast first level comprehend languages
Okay. On who?
on myself. I can only cast it on myself.
So you do that, and you're talking to this guy, and all of a sudden you can understand what he's saying, and it shapes up to you, Adis. It says something to the effect of, "Got you here! You die now! Trespassers in Goblin Land! We destroy you!"
Oh wait, I speak back to him. Or wait, hold on.
Goblin not scared of big ugly creatures.
Give me one sec. I'm not sure I can actually talk back to him. I think I can only understand him.
Okay. His name is Garble. Elwin, this is what you see above you. Up in the air.
Oh my god.
Oh, dang it. I'll have to punch a lot.
So this dude says we be trespassing, and apparently he's really butthurt about it as Mage Hand tickles his butthole. And apparently him and his friends would really want Deimos to tickle their buttholes. And they're
I yell down.
I don't like rape.
I yell down.
they're
cleric.
willing. They're willing. It's not rape. They're willing. They want you to tickle their bungholes. That's what this dude just told me. We want the mighty Deimos to tickle our bungholes.
They wouldn't know my name. They'd call
Apparently
me-
you're pretty famous around here.
Am I? Oh shit.
I yell down. Surrounded. 20 plus. Prepare.
Oh shit, I'm famous, guys.
Okay.
Do I need like an actor's name?
Interval initiative.
I'm gonna call myself Chuck Norris.
Alright, so there's like 30, 40 goblins around you guys. They've been sneaking up very stealthily. Goblins have this innately sneaky nature. And Adis, actually, you react first.
Holy thank God, and why did I not prepare something cool for mass devastation?
You're a wizard and you don't have AoE spells?
No, I do, but I'm talking
You
about
have an
mass
Elwin.
devastation.
You're an evocation wizard?
Okay, this is what I want to do. Let me see here. So, are we aware of these people now that he's told us about them?
Now that you are, he's shouting. Elwin's shouting up in the sky. Goblins all over the place.
Alright, I got this, guys. Let's see here. What's the range on this 20-foot radius? Alright, I'm gonna blow some fun shit here. Let's see here. One. Whoa.
That's a 50-foot radius.
Oh no,
20.
just checking the radius on this.
Okay. Oh, you guys have the same color? When have you changed your
We
colors?
do. Yes, I
Oh,
will
I'll change mine. Mine's supposed to be white.
Deimos is white.
Deimos is white.
I'm white.
Jinx.
Green. Let's see here. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to draw forth my cool ass new scroll. I'm gonna use its spiffy ability to allow me to cast 2 spells at once. as long as their spell slots don't equal 9 or more. And I'm going to double cast Fireball. I'm going to use my boon to maximize one, my overchannel to maximize the other.
Okay.
And
So roll the
and
let's do the damage rolls.
okay.
I like the show of force. It's awesome.
I mean, they have 20
Alright.
hit points each. No, they have like 11 hit points each.
He doesn't even have freaking roll.
Hey, he just yelled that a bunch of dudes were in the woods, so I just flung fireballs. So that's 8d6. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will be the one on the left.
Yeah, click max.
Oh right, my bad. Hold on. Sorry.
You insta kill all of them.
Yeah, even if they save.
Yes.
I know, but it's still cool to see it, right?
Sure. Yes, it is.
So this is the left one,
Okay.
and then this is the right one.
You didn't target, bro.
He just told me to just roll the damage
Let's see if I can. Can I?
because they have
can't-
11 hit points. I
can't
did enough to
possibly
insta kill
select
them
all.
all. Even if they save, I did enough to insta kill them.
I can't mass delete them. It won't let me mass delete them.
There's a thing in the when you
Yeah, they
unlock
died.
the map, but there's a selection thing.
I did. I selected them, but it won't let me. It won't let me.
It won't
mass
let you
delete
mass delete. Oh, that sucks.
That's weird. All right. So you rapidly blow up huge fireballs. Just go to your left and to your right, and goblins go screaming and burning everywhere else. There was a handful left over in the woods over here. They start turning and running the opposite, running away instantly. These guys are
Oh.
running that way, and
I sculpted it so that it didn't hurt us or the dude that's standing right in front of us who told us that he was going to kill us all.
all right.
So
So these
shit,
goblins
still
are
there.
turning tail and running. The only ones that are left. And Garble, who you have in your hands, is like, you can understand him. You hear him say, like, "Oh shit."
Would I know this? Do commons in general understand common or no?
You can try. I mean, you guys are talking common to each other. Goblins are not usually multilingual species. They speak just Goblin.
So I'll look down at him and be like, rethinking your life decisions, huh?
He's just kind of cowering now. He's looks up at you. His eyes nice and big, and he like nods his head up and down.
That's what I thought. He's all yours, Deimos. He says he's puckered and ready.
Wait, what?
They came here so that you could tickle their buttholes.
I'm totally not down for rape.
He's willing. It's not rape.
I
Oh
look in
my
his eyes
God.
and I say, "Oh, here, I hand him to you." And I say, "He's all yours. I don't know about this butthole touching.
After
Come
a
on.
woman,
I was a woman, and I
you're
don't
in the Me
agree
Too
with
movement.
these childish antics that you guys are doing. I look almost the exact same as my woman form, except I'm slightly thicker now, and my breasts are slightly smaller now. Only difference, and I have a dick."
Man, if Vork were here, he'd be talking to you, but he's not here. What do you want to do with
War
Garble?
can't tell the difference anymore.
So what do you want to do with them, Deimos?
Oh,
They came
they're
here to see
yours.
you.
Oh, I don't think they did. I'm a master of persuasion. I figured you out.
That's why they came here to see you.
You like goblin bows. And I'm okay with that. So here you go. It is a gift from Deimos, and possibly Tempest himself. I know what you had to go through in hell, and I know you haven't got none in 200 years. So, if he's okay with it,
How do you know
I will
that?
now I will now pronounce you man and goblin, or whatever you identify as. And you see a single teardrop
We
come
do
down
not
Damage's
judge
eyes.
here.
We don't judge.
I
we are
cra-
accepting. And if this is what you want,
Okay. Did you guys
I'll-
want to try to get anything out of this dude or not?
Whoa! That's up to you and your husband.
Okay, I fireball him in the face with the staff and sculpt it.
Don't know if that counts as divorce.
Wait! Oh, fuck it, I'll reincarnate him.
Wait, you said wait, so it takes a little more to do
Oh
with
no,
the staff
oh
than
no,
casting a normal spell.
I'm in water form.
Yeah, but
Wow.
we can understand you when you talk, though.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, so
Well,
as
they're
I
doing
bring
their-
the staff down onto his head, I pause and look at you.
While they're doing their
I turned around.
shenanigans.
What?
Oh, I was just gonna say, while you guys are doing your shenanigans, I'll fly to one of the spots that the goblins are fleeing from.
Get me. Pick me
Fleeing
up.
to,
the
you mean?
north. Yeah, fleeing to there.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I find like this, like the person that's sending them on us, or if there's someone
It's
in
a whole.
charge.
No, there's just goblins everywhere. It's a whole big ass like goblin city or goblin town. There's goblins everywhere. Some of them look up in the air and they see you up in the air and they start shooting little bows at you. A couple of them manage to nick you.
Yeah,
even
we
though
landed in the middle of a
they're very
freaking
far.
horde of them.
You take 4 points of damage. Yeah, there's literally goblins everywhere, and now that there's two big fireball explosions, there's a bunch of them running in your direction. It's like hundreds of goblins are starting to move in your guys' direction.
But
Oh my
now,
God.
is he able to see
I'll
like
go invisible.
a big building, like or something cool like that?
They don't really have buildings. Goblins have warrens. They dig like big piles of dirt up, or caves in hillsides. They manage to pile rocks on top of each other, and they live inside the rocks. That kind of thing. They're very, very primitive.
Hey Midas, I don't remember. Do I still have my invisibility ring or no?
Yeah, you still have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, okay, I'll go invisible then.
They build the equivalent of a hobbit ghetto.
It's super, super ghetto. All right.
Yeah.
So there's
So-
I'm
there's
going to
So what are
turn
we doing
around.
with this?
I'm going to turn around and I am going to actually touch one of the many, many trees nearby. And I am going to cast Transport Fire Plants.
Okay.
And we are going to move several hundred feet away, like further away from the town center. I might even do half a mile. Since we've been traveling by wind, I have seen trees. So I'm going to try to recall a large tree near, but not too near. So half a mile out and go through.
Okay, you buy your guys about half a mile away. You guys just zip through one tree to another one.
Are we taking that dude with us?
Where the fuck
Yes.
did they go?
Okay.
Yeah, Ellen's up in the air. She's like, oh shit, you guys are.
It lasts for a round, so if anyone wants to pop through the tree, that should work. And alrighty, but yeah, that's my turn. And I will tell him like, you can choose to work with us, or you can die, and I could try to bring you back as something other than goblin. I do not know if you would like that. What would you like to be? Fungus, or a rock gnome like myself?
Are
And
you
that is all I say.
speaking? How are you
I'm-
speaking? In
No, my
elemental?
elemental speech. Yeah. So
Oh,
I'm waiting for
oh,
someone
okay.
else to translate.
Okay. So he looks at you.
Yes, and I look to everyone else to like tell me, yes, what did you say?
My comprehend language lasts for an hour.
Okay. So you can speak to him, and you can understand him. All right. So
Yes.
so between the two spells from the level 20 characters, you're able to
Synergy.
communicate with this goblin. All right. He says, Garble no fight. Garble understands you greater powers, greater beings. Garble worships, bows at feet of great beings from tall skies.
Tall beings who could perhaps make you boss in big city. And then I will start looking around and seeing like, are the goblins following? But that's it.
He said, Garble.
Yeah, I relay what he says.
Garble serves. Garble listen to whatever tall beings say.
Hey Deimos. Hey Deimos.
Hmm.
It's like your friend from hell.
No, he's completely
Yeah.
different.
No, he's just like Grimlick. He wants to service you.
It's not true. I'm very confused. At
He
why
just
you
did.
want to
He
have.
said he wanted to
I
service
don't
tall
want.
people with power.
I don't want to do stuff with your significant other, bro. Like I understand that it might be what you're into, and I totally accept it. But I'll be like, hey, bro, you don't understand. Some of us aren't into a multi-man swinging relationships. It's kind of weird to me personally, but I totally accept you for what you are, and I will try my very hardest to understand it to the fullest. And I support you, and please forgive me if I say something, do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, because I'm here for you, but not in that type of way, bro.
Garble is a girl.
Oh shit, I'm still not into it, but it got a little bit.
Hey,
messy.
I don't
It
need
got
anything from her. She said she wanted to service. He said she wanted to service you. If you're not down, that's okay.
I don't believe that's actually what happened. All
I
I'm
could
hearing
give you
is-
the ability to understand her if you like, and you could hear it from her
Oh,
own
no,
her
I'm
own
cool,
mouth.
bro. Dude, I'm very big into the large, butted women.
Oh, okay. I cast enlarge on her ass.
Why would you try to enlarge her private areas without her permission? That's pretty messed up, bro.
So, Owen, are you flying to where they are, or what are you doing?
I have no idea where they are. So what
Yeah,
I'm
they
Do
doing?
you go
disappeared.
through the tree? Like, do you go through the
But-
tree we went through?
No, he was up in the sky. He was flying
I
over the
didn't
town.
even know. Yeah, I didn't. I was being shot at, so I cast. I used my ring to go invisible, and when I looked down, you guys were gone. So, I guess
Wait,
I was
if
gonna
you're-
start killing shit.
If you're
You do
in
see
the
a central.
air,
You see a central warren. It's almost like an undergroundish kind of thing. Like there's a bunch of holes in the ground where goblins can pour in and out of. But you imagine there's an underground tunnel network that they all seem to be streaming in and out of.
Okay.
I will. If you're looking down, as soon as I come out, I will, like a pretty low bro, sacred flamish type of thing, just like to put some like radiant energy in a thing. So if you're looking down, you'll be able to see. But if you're like on the ground, like obviously all the trees and all that foliage would probably block a lot.
Okay, so you see a flare-like thing half a mile away too.
Okay, so yeah, I'll start flying in that direction.
Okay.
And then Deimos.
Before I do that, though, I would like to throw a fireball inside the opening to the warren.
That
He
will
tosses a
do.
fireball. You hear a bunch of goblins scream. And you see some of them running out with caught with flames, and it's general pandemonium down there. The goblins are running around everywhere. They can't really see you. They're just panicking. Some of them are turning on each other. And several of the different tribes start fighting with each other, and there's basically a war starting down below you.
That's my athletics to as I pull together the new form couple.
As I do.
And make them kiss. And I say,
I now pronounce you wizard, demon man, and
Drops
goblin
my
guy
headset.
or girl.
And as I do that, I'm gonna do my dragon awe,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna roar into the sky, roar, and I'm gonna awe all those fuckers. And as I fly around, they're all gonna be entranced by my spectacularness.
Yeah.
fly
They all
towards my
start looking
friend.
up at you, and a dragon roar echoes through the sky, and you see a bunch of goblins just looking up. Like a couple of them drop their weapons, and they just stand there, and their knees start shaking, and they're trembling in place. They're all completely frightened, like frightened just into like a standing still state. They're not brave enough to even run as you descend. What do you do?
As soon as they're all entranced on me and my feet touch the ground, I'm gonna grab the first goblin that's closest to me, and I'm gonna say, "Take me to your master."
He says,
I'm gonna firebolt him right in the face and grab another one. Take me to your master.
Oh God!
Okay, so 6 goblins later, one of them actually begins to understand what you're saying. And then, and he points towards the hole that you just fireballed into.
Oh shit. Okay, so I'll fly into the sky. About how far away is the radiant thing that I saw? Like half a
500
mile, you
feet.
said?
Half a mile, yes, half a mile. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark this location like where I'm at right now, and I will I'll dimension door over.
Okay.
Still in the
You
sky.
have to fly a little. You have to fly a little, then dimension door. But go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I burned a 4th level, and once I locate these guys, I'm gonna say I found the leader.
Oh, why don't we go?
Yeah, let's
We
go.
have-
Come on.
We got the ins. Because
You see an awkward situation where Deimos is holding onto a squirming goblin and Adis, and he's trying to get them to kiss each other.
I got
but-
them with a nat 20 super athletics roll, bro.
But all right, so you,
Except for I have a reaction where I can literally disappear from next to you as soon as you touch me.
Yeah.
So,
No, I got you, bro. I'll grab you through the ethereal plane.
so are you guys following him? How are you guys following him?
Carry me, bro. Pew. I make Superman noises, and I hope Ellen picks me up and I can fly then.
Bro, fuck yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Adis has his flying carpet.
I
Yeah.
have a broom.
Renly's got a broom. Deimos, you're the only one who can't fly.
I can fly. Look at me.
I can cast fly on you.
Oh.
Okay,
Elwin's
I'll
fine.
got
cast
me.
I'll cast fly on him.
I was gonna
Okay.
hand you my broom.
Wait. I get a
Wait,
ride.
are you gonna?
Renly
Oh,
and
you
her
can
broom.
give him the. You can let him use your broom.
Oh, I give him the broom and I wild shape into a wind elemental and then like go
Okay.
and follow up.
All right. So you
Deimos
guys start
is
flying
flying.
over. Deimos, nah, it's fine. I won't make you roll dexterity checks to see if you can hang on to the room. You guys
Oh,
are.
no,
You
I'm
guys.
I die.
Oh, as we are we going invisible or visible?
Visible, bro.
winged.
I'm a super majestic dragon.
Okay, as we leave, as we go to take off, I'm gonna put a firebolt through that bitch's face.
Through Garble's face, you're killing Garble.
Yeah.
Why did you
Okay.
kill your
Her
wife,
head
husband?
splatters. Her head
No!
splatters all over the place and goop and gore all over Deimos.
She
Wait,
spoke common, didn't she? I
No,
asked,
she
but,
didn't speak common. No.
Okay, never mind.
you want
There,
to sexually
just
harass
to make
this man,
sure,
and
just
then
to
when he
make
couldn't
sure.
do it,
Yeah, she's
he
splattered.
killed her.
I'm gonna try and like in wind form like cut off a finger. I'm not sure how this works. Like I think like I
Oh, you
can
want a
sort of
finger?
like
You want one
slam
of her
apart.
fingers?
Yes, I might reincarnate
I-
her later if she's willing.
I take a knife and cut a finger off for her.
Yay!
All right.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
guys head back over to the goblin, the goblin warren, and now the goblins. When you get back there, Elwyn. This is good 5 minutes later, maybe
Uh-huh.
maybe 7 minutes later. You get there, and all the goblins are still standing exactly where they are, and they're still quivering. And around each of them, there's a puddle of urine soaking the ground.
Yeah, they know what's up.
You did it again.
Yes. Elwin, fire god from the sky, is back.
Oh shit, bro.
So
I
there's
can't
hundreds
wait
of
for
goblins all
him.
around you. Hundreds of goblins all around you. What do you do?
Wait, they can see us, right?
Yes.
And Elwyn's the one that they can they're like afraid of.
Yeah.
I want to create a major image to make him look like a terrifying fire god.
He does look like a
Bro,
terrifying
that's-
fire god. Look
No,
at
I
that.
mean
like
like
my
a
Can you, not,
description.
can you not see his face? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness.
like a
Alright.
Very
like
confused.
a 25-foot tall flaming beast.
How am I gonna fit in that hole to go
Dude, that
scare
makes
the
no,
ones in there?
that
So-
makes no
It's an
sense.
illusion.
This
So
guy
you're
doesn't know
flying
how
up in the
physics
air
works.
with your wings are spread, Elwyn. You're already looking majestic, and all of a sudden, in the eyes of all the goblins, your face bursts out into flame. Your wings erupt in fire. Your form grows, and you become this massive, like, divine specter of flame and majesty up in the sky. Now all the goblins start shitting themselves
Dude,
Oh, shit.
I want to have the biggest
while they're standing in
balls
place.
And like, you remember that dong that we took from that baler?
Oh yeah.
Twice the size.
Oh,
Swinging.
Renly, you got some water? This guy's on fucking fire.
Okay. So
He's gonna put him out. He's gonna get wrecked.
so
He's gonna
so
get
so
wrecked.
you sprout a massive dong, a fire dong. So all the goblins, there's hundreds and hundreds of goblins now. They all have puddles of urine on the floor around them, piles of shit in the middle of puddles of urine, and they all sprout erections now.
I'm gonna ask someone translate this shit.
I look for a
You
woman.
bring-
I look for a woman.
I'm
There's
right
female
here for
goblins
you.
there, Sarah. There's lots of them.
You
Awesome.
bring your leader out here and speak with me, or I will use you as a condom to fuck you.
Oh,
Wait, that once.
oh,
Wait, another
shit.
one.
wait.
I translate. Your delivery is at hand. Bring your leader forth for glory from Elwyn, fire god.
All right.
She's
So
one of them.
a few minutes later, it was very sheepishly and shivering coming out from the goblin warren. His hair burnt off. So in here he still has his hair, but the fireball burned his hair off. Is this guy? His name is. He comes crawling out, just very sheepishly.
Deimos is
Come
just sitting
forth
down.
and speak with your god.
He trembling. He comes up to you, bowing. He can barely stand on 2 feet. His whole body's quivering.
What do they call you?
This one speaks common since he's the chieftain. Snivel face.
Snivel face. You will be before all my glory, and your people have wronged me. You have taken something that belongs to me. He is a dwarf like that one, and I point at Albrecht.
Mhm.
But he has red hair, bald, or does he have a mohawk? I don't remember.
He's got a sick mohawk.
He's got a sick ass mohawk. Fucking awesome.
We did not take him. He came to us. Drank our wine. We put him in cellar.
Well, he belongs to me, and you will return him right now, or I will destroy all of you.
We will.
And they're all bowing down. And he looks around at all the goblins and he shouts out a harsh goblin phrase. They all drop to their knees right in their own pile, in their own shit and urine, and they start and their faces plant into the ground. And they're like, arms in front of them, their faces planted into the ground. They're all shouting,
We are worms. We are worms.
Goblins.
Bring him now.
all right. A few minutes later, a couple goblins come. He Snivelface sends off a few goblins to go in there, and a few minutes later, the goblins come back, and they whisper in Snivelface's ear, and he says,
He will not come. Threatened many
Lightning.
wrong things to my goblins.
All right, so I believe it's time to show some. Okay,
He's
so-
probably down there drinking all of their wine. That's why he won't come. So we'll probably have to go to him.
Tell him
Hold on,
we have
hold
tequila.
on. I'm gonna cast the spell Liquid Fire.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna try to kill many of them. I'll try to kill as least as possible, but just to show that liquid fire, it's gonna pour from my outstretched hand and explode
yeah.
into a 30-foot explosion.
Are you
Mhm.
trying to
And
intimidate them?
I
fuck
am
yeah.
going to intone
Okay.
behind him. I'm going to intone, obey or be purged by the fires of Elwyn, the fire god.
and I will say, this is not a request. Bring him now.
And I'll use my staff to make 2 lightning bolts strike right next to the leader dude, but not hurt him.
I give the leader a bottle of tequila. I says,
This is a gift from the fire god,
Alright.
which may have coaxed the redhead man out.
All right. So as that happens, only 24 of them die. And the rest of them shriek. The Snivelface gets up and starts barking orders, shouting and like frothing at the mouth as he yells at goblins. A bunch of them, a couple dozen of them get up, run, and start rushing towards the hole, and they go down below. You hear a few minutes later. You hear screams. You hear shouting and smashing. And they come running back out. A couple of them carrying like dragging their friends, who are lame and or a couple of them are missing limbs. One's head is shoved up the ass of another one, and they're they're pulling each other out of the hole,
Oh my
just
God.
fleeing in terror.
I will say, why is it always with you about dungholes with you guys?
They're
Okay.
hilarious.
No, sometimes we're about dicks too.
That's on the thing.
Ninth level enlarge on his penis, his flaming penis. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna say, look, if I have to go in there or send one of my servants in there, then you are going to die.
So all right, so Snivelface is horrified. He stands up and he gets all the goblins, and they all and he shouts to them, and they all start running downstairs through various entrances and holes in the ground. So he starts setting hundreds of goblins down. He's just barking and shouting and screaming and setting, and every goblin starts to head off down there.
I see what you're doing. You're trying to get them all killed, so there's less for us to deal with.
So a little bit of time goes by. They're snarling and shouting, but after much bloodshed and many goblin lives being sacrificed,
It wasn't us, it was him.
they drag a. You see them coming back, dragging a. Thought I had it. Dragging a red-headed dwarf behind them. You hear him, in a drunken kind of haze, shouting out, "Lay your hands off me, fucking buggers!" He's definitely intoxicated.
Do you see him? Is it Biffin?
It looks like.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
oh, he don't have a mohawk. I was wrong. Biffin, you should get a mohawk. You'd look sick.
Right. There's literally like 20 goblins just holding on to him. They have him wrapped up. His arms are wrapped up in crude ropes, and they're dragging him out, and half carrying him, half dragging him. And his arms and his legs are bound, and they're dragging him. He's like, "Fucking buggers, let your hand off me. I'll tear
When he
you
comes
apart.
outside-
I'll shove your ass over his ass, and I'll make you fuck each other."
I'm gonna say, you are a hard dwarf to find, Biffin.
He looks up, and his eyes are kind of like hazy, and he looks at me. "Hey, who the bugger are you?"
I'll fly down, and do I see Snivelface anywhere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna fly down, and I'm gonna say, you deserve a reward for serving the fire god. Here, take this. It'll make you the most powerful chieftain from your tribes. And I'm gonna hand him my wand of magic missiles.
Oh,
Okay. He holds it. He in his eyes. He looks at it. And he looks up at you. He looks at the wand. He looks up at you. A toothy, like ugly, nasty smile comes across his face.
Snivelface, grateful to great fire god from the sky.
He bends down low, and he's like backing up, still bowing, backing up, slowly, holding the wand.
And by that point, I'll like look over at Deimos and like kind of jerk my head towards Biffin to grab him.
Biffin, I am Deimos, the not god, but I'm a man now from the skies or land. I don't know. What's up, bro, Tonio?
Hey, Deimos.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
I remember you.
Yeah, you too, bro.
His eyes cross over. He's definitely highly intoxicated. You're walking around with a big fire giant with a cock.
Yeah, no,
With
that's
a cock
Elmer.
half as big as mine.
Dude, no, wait. I looked at his eyes. That's not proportionate correct for you. Your heart will blow up, even if you're a fucking dragon.
What are you talking
Just
about?
out of curiosity, Midas,
Mhm.
what does he look like to me?
He looks like a being of pure blazing energy to you.
Okay.
Bro, you've been totally just messing around with us. And it's awesome. Totally got us real good, bro.
And he looks at you, Damo, and says, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been holed up here drinking these goblins' wine for. I was trying to get somewhere.
Bro, your
I was-
brother and the other dragon guys are like totally like destroying this plane of existence.
Dragons.
Like,
I heard.
yeah.
I heard something. I heard something from down south. I started walking. I walked and walked. Couldn't tell what it was. And I found these fucking goblins and they had wine and I drank the wine and that's all I remember. What
that
was I
makes
looking
sense.
for?
You're probably going for the dragon summon because you're like a big dragon, bro. But,
I
yeah,
heard something.
you heard a voice of dragons.
While they're doing that, can I walk down over to the group and teleport us all to Heldren?
Sure, yeah. So you grab them all and you guys vanish. And
As he goes to cast that, can I still see the goblin leader?
yes.
I'm gonna
He's backing
cast a
away.
disintegrate. I'm gonna cast a disintegrate at the wand.
Bro, I will counterspell that. No, dude. That way
Evil.
I can have that as a way to scry on him or to teleport to him
okay.
whenever we need our army of goblins to do our bidding.
Did you tell us that?
I will message that to you.
Okay. Because otherwise, my character would view it as like magic in the wrong hands kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess you not being with the group, you wouldn't know like our way of thinking. So I would kind of like signal to you. It's cool.
Okay. All right,
As you
then
guys
I won't do that.
teleporting away, you see Snivelface, magic missiling another goblin in the ass, and getting a huge kick out of it as sparks fly out from his wand, and the other goblin just screams just and starts running.
I asked Elvin, did you tell him how many charges are in that thing?
He'll find out.
All right, so you guys teleport away from there. You have a very highly intoxicated Biffin with you. You guys go to the town of Heldren, which is in western or eastern Hasselin. So on the map here, you guys were in Skignash, and Hasselin is the country that you guys started in a long time ago. Actually, that was your origin story. So you end up right around there.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our city, our town. How's our castle look? Is it all
Your
fucked up?
castle it had been broken down because the marked ones attacked it, and they had busted up a bunch of walls and killed a bunch of people there. But you guys find yourself walking, and so you guys go visit your castle, right? This is your keep, and this is the last time we use the keep, and there's blood everywhere because there are people that had been slaughtered all over the place.
Oh God.
And
I remember this.
yeah, the circled area was Euphemia's temple. That her acolyte she had built underground, and that's been caved in because of the fight and stuff like that. But you guys get there, and you're looking around, and you see a couple of the walls have been rebuilt. You don't really see many people around, but like it looks like some of the exterior walls have been rebuilt, and some of the interior things have begun to be repaired. Looking at it, Albrecht mentions to you. He says, guys, this is good stonework. It's like dwarven work.
It's my lady's work.
And as you guys are walking around in there, you see a few dwarves come rushing, not rushing, but just like quickly walking through the doorway, right? And behind them is Eloise, and she says, "I heard you were in town, Elwin."
My
And a
pants are
smile
already
across
off,
her
dude.
face. A smile across her face. She says, "I started." You see a glow of color come through her cheeks. She says, "I started the repairs on your castle here. I didn't know when you would return, but we were beginning to fix it back up for you." It's been a long time.
It has, and we need a lot to catch up on.
I'm going to cast enhance ability on
My penis.
I'm going to do on
Aye,
strength.
aye, the fuck are we? What are we doing here? Who are you again? Why am I still bound? He starts trying to rip out his ropes.
Oh, bro, I got you. I'll cast lesser restoration on him.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to cure the
Oh.
the drunkenness from his mind?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Best
Okay.
hangover cure.
All right. You focus your mind on the spell and you clear all the significant amounts of alcohol from his bloodstream. It takes a little bit, it takes like 30 seconds, but as it begins to clear, you see his eyes shut and you see his features harden a little bit, and his brow furrows. And he says, "Now, Deimos, what did you fucking go about doing that for?
Bro, we need your dragon powers, man.
Dragon powers? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh shit. Alright, so remember when you
However,
were a big dragon?
I do know that this world has gone to shit. To fucking shit.
Yeah.
And it's not the one that I care to be a part of.
Oh bro, we totally need your help, bro.
I'm walking straight to Eloise, and as soon as I get to her, I'm just gonna hug her and then put my wings around us and give her a super awesome kiss. But before that, while I'm walking towards them, I'm just gonna look over my shoulder at Biffin and say, "Does the name Biffinsor mean anything to you?"
Huh? I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. All I know is this world's going to shit. Shittier than last time I saw y'all. There's not much reason to be walking around this earth no more. For all I care, it can burn.
Well, if you think about it, if we get rid of the demon bitch and you get your Brotonios under control, then it's actually a pretty good world. It's pretty sick. There's not much
Oi.
bad stuff.
Wait,
Yeah.
Daimos.
Yeah,
You know
bro.
me. You know
Yeah,
me.
no. Yeah, no, dude.
Hey.
I totally know you, bro.
I take no
Yeah.
part in these wars.
No, man.
I'm
We
about
don't need
coin
Oh,
and the drink
oh yeah.
and
Did you
seeing what
say-
tomorrow has for me on the horizon.
Yes.
There's
yes,
nothing here that I care for these towns, these people. I'm beyond that.
I'll give you all the drink you want if you will stand there for 10 minutes.
Hey.
Then
Drink,
be
you say?
quiet. Yep.
I'll take your drink.
Okay. I'm gonna sit there and study him intently for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Based on what I've seen so far.
Okay. What are you getting at as far as your study goes?
He didn't appear to have any reaction to the name, so I'm gonna, based on what I can see, because to what you said earlier, is there anything off? Like this is an unnatural forced form, something to that nature, maybe? Maybe he doesn't know who he is.
Oh, he absolutely does not know who he is.
After
So I
I'm
wanna-
done,
From what you guys know, how Dolric describes him. Dolric lived 4,000 years ago, and you assume he's been in this form for at least that long, because remember Elwin, when he describes you the dwarven people, his recollection of the dwarven people was a primitive race of cave dwellers.
yeah.
So they had time to advance as a civilization while he was gone from the dwarven land. He's been in this particular form for a very, very long time. So it's
So
not
I
forced,
guess-
it's not unnatural, it's been many millennia.
So he's
So
been
I'm-
in it so long he forgot what he is.
After I'm done making out with Eloise, I'll go back and hopes and dreams, see if this recharges, refreshes his mind a little. I will unleash up into the sky the breath of an ancient a gold dragon.
And as that's happening, I'm going to hit him with a greater restoration to try to clear out some cobwebs.
Okay.
Would you like some? Would you,
Adis, roll me
Yes.
an insight check.
Okay.
And well, fortunately, it wasn't very hard because what's actually contained in your scroll, there is a subsection. There's a subsection towards the very end that is basically the summary of the knowledge contained within. Dolric had written a lot of the knowledge here, trying to figure out how to reach out to Bafinzor, not just identify him, but also to break his lethargy, to revive his mind, and it's often referred to in the writing as the mind of searing light, is synonymous with Bafinzor.
Okay.
So, you're recalling the bits of translation that you were able to accomplish here, and you believe that in enacting the spell and in harnessing different perspectives and different approaches of revival and revitalization, it would take a variety of approaches. You believe that the spell could be completed. Now, Dolric had never been able to do it. He got partway into it, and the toll on his own body was extreme, and that's what seared his own soul and cast him away, because he actually got partway into the ritual. Okay.
Oh, so this is gonna take some researching.
Well, it's
I
going to take
told-
time. You have the information in front of you, but it's a matter of do you have the fortitude to actually
Try. it.
do this? Yeah, to actually try it.
I'll explain it to everybody, and at the same time, I'll open a magnificent mansion full of a never-ending supply of booze for our dwarven friend.
Oi. Now that's what I'm talking about. Yes. I'll be
fun.
inside. I'll be having the drink.
He steps through the doorway. He says,
So this
Demos.
is gonna be a
Yeah, bro.
Amos, if there's a battle or a fight you need me for, you know where to find me. I have me hammer.
he looks around.
Sick.
Fuck, where's me hammer? I'll need a hammer.
Okay,
Hey.
we'll get you a hammer.
Aye.
Yeah.
I'll be drinking.
Hey, while you're doing that, pray to Tempest and pray, be like, hey, Tempest, can you give me a cool hammer? I totally love to use hammers to beat up stuff, and Tempest might get you a hammer.
That's probably not a good idea.
Demos. Fuck Tempest.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Fuck him.
Damus,
Fuck him up the arse.
I feel a cage. I feel a cage fight coming on. Cast it.
I mage hand and shove the dwarf into the magnificent mansion.
Yeah, and the door shuts as as he's standing there. Deimos, just kind of like a mischievous kind of goofy grin, holding a big mug of mead. He says, "Fuck Tempest," and the door shuts. He's
Oh, that is
definitely doing it to get a
wonderful.
rise out of you.
Hey, guess what?
Hey, Deimos,
What?
remember the gods tried to kill his kind. Probably not a good
No,
idea to
didn't.
try to get him to pray to him.
No, it's not true. Tempest is cool.
Okay, so you guys
So
are
I-
in Heldren. You have Biffin the dwarf inside your magnificent mansion. As what you've been able to gather is that he has no idea who he is, and actually, in his current form, his mortal form, he's actually kind of depressed, and he's trying to solve his problems by drinking
Alcohol.
them away. Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
it cures
so
all
you
illness.
guys,
I explained to them the rigors of what we would have to try to accomplish in order to set him right. But they told me about what happened with the other dragons, right?
yes.
So I would ask, if we do this, what's to stop the same thing from happening to him?
You guys do not know.
Yeah. Do you not like Biffin or something?
No,
Well-
I do, but you said the other dragons got taken over by some crazy bitch in the sky. So what's
Yeah.
going to stop it from happening to him?
But we
turn him
look
back.
before that happened, the leader of the dragons told us that this would happen if they came to our aid.
Mhm.
That when it eventually happened, there was one thing that we had to do in order to help the dragons overcome them being taken over by Tiamat, and that is to find Bifinsor. And this is
Oh, okay.
Bifinsor. So he is the way to release the dragons.
Okay. I
And
wasn't sure
with
if my
that,
character did that or not.
I'll grab Eloise and walk away, and then yell, "Someone's getting pregnant!"
By the way,
Do
I
you
will-
need a
oh,
fertility
wait,
ritual? I can
Wait.
help.
who's walking off with the chick with the big axe?
Me, dude.
Elwin
Elwin.
is.
Elwin, hey Elwin, I opened the door to the magnificent mansion. There's a wonderful, wonderful room in there for you.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks.
Does Deimos go charging it?
No.
If,
Deimos is-
do you
What?
Deimos?
Huh?
Do you go charging in?
No, why would I charge in there?
Oh, I was just curious because it would have been really funny if you did.
Why would I do that? Why would I charge into? I mean, it's silly. It's a crazy idea.
No, were you gonna try to charge into the magnificent mansion?
No.
Okay.
Who
So,
was it?
Elwin-
The leader.
Eloise is smiling, and she's walking along. Saying, "Elwin," she says, "Elwin, I've been waiting a while for this." She says, "And don't worry, I brought me enchanted axes."
Oh, and I whisper to Elwin as they walk in. I put a mirror in the ceiling for you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Okay, so next week you guys have to deal with Biffin the dwarf and figure out where to go from there.
Cool.
Hey, Midas, just because it's been a while since the dragon shit. Who was the main dragon that was telling us?
Nebularos.
Yeah.
Nebularis. Okay, got it. Great dragon of King of Silver. No. Yeah, the story of Nebularis, great dragon, King of Silver Dragons. Became Bahamut's
Original.
right hand in the material plane. Okay, yeah.
Yep, and he was the void dragon, the space dragon, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Dude, this was fun.
That's
It
pretty
was
sick.
Alright, guys.
awesome.
Thanks again.
Good to be
Welcome
back.
back, Gail.
Yeah, Gail.
Ah. And I do mention, but as people like turn in for the night, I do mention, is he actually interested in having like progeny, because I can totally cast a fertility spell on the morrow.
Don't you need to do that before they do it?
I mean, I assume they'd be coming
Actually-
to do it over the next few days.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
what usually happens?
It's 3 days after you're
Dude,
good. I learned that
Ellen
in
looks
marriage
at you and
class.
you get pregnant. We're good.
Don't look at me. And
I
I
don't know if
walk
you
in-
guys
and
could
I-
tell, but I did start drinking about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, we can tell.
and as I walk into the magnificent mansion and start closing the door, Deimos, you feel something tickle your butthole. And I close the door.
I
And
guess
it
I
stays
have to.
there tickling your butthole.
Oh, that's not a good idea. I'm gonna cage fight him.
You're
Go
gonna
for it.
cage fight Biffin next week? Okay, we could do
No,
that.
Oh.
no, it was me. It was me
Yeah.
doing it.
Too bad you can't teleport out, bro.
Are you gonna come after me?
No, bro. I'm gonna tickle your butthole.
Well, you gotta
Wow.
come. You gotta come to me.
Okay.
So you're gonna charge at me?
No. Why would I do that, bro? It's a terrible idea.
I'm inside the mansion. You're outside of it.
Yeah.
Are you coming in?
Okay.
No.
You gotta come out eventually, bro.
Yeah. I'll cast anti-magic on your gate. You'll be right there in my anti-magic field, and then I'll wrestle you to the ground.
I'm not sure you would like what. I'm
Oh,
not,
wait, that would-
I'm not sure you would like what
Yes, that
happened
would-
if you did that.
Totally work.
I'm not sure you would like what happened if you did that.
No, I didn't want to stick my finger up your butt. That'd be a terrible idea.
Somebody might kill you for interrupting their fun.
Oh,
that's
okay,
funny.
touche. Valid point. Valid point, sir. Valid point.
So y'all are terrible and awesome.
All right, it's awesome, guys.
All right.
I will see you guys next time.
See you guys next
Yeah,
week.
that was a lot. That was a lot of fun.
Okay,
It was
guys.
cool.
Catch you next week. Have a good night.
We're all buying
Yeah.
butthard guard plates now.
No shit. That won't stop a mage hand, bro.
It will be if it's a magic butthole guard plate.
You'll need a magic butt plug to stop a mage hand.
Obviously, that's what I'm gonna get, bro.
And
All
then I'll
right,
just-
dudes. I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And then
Good
I'll-
night, guys. I'll see you
and
later.
then I'll just
All right, see you.
Night,
yeah,
Good night.
then I'll just start prepping the what's the spell? The spectral hand.
Oh, Bigby's hand?
No, isn't there a spell called like spectral hand or spectral servant or something?
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
Uh.
Alright, I'll catch you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Night, guys.
Yep.